1 2 1 2 test 1 2 campaign show live Monday, February 24th. Happy Saviour's Day to everybody. That's fresh off Saviour's Day weekend, or the celebration of Saviour's Day weekend, because Saviour's Day is not actually until Wednesday, February 26th, which is the birth anniversary of our Savior and Deliverer. But yeah, peace to everybody, and peace to those that celebrating and observing this holy day to us. But yeah, man, we back. We black. Monday motivation, making myself available as I do every weekday or weeknight right here on Digital Soapbox Network. Like, subscribe, hit the little share button. I don't have a necessarily particular subject, so we just living it. Divine Judges, salute. What up with you? Keyway Guidelines, peace to you. Peace. Big Adrian, Wrench Mob, God Mod, Big Adrian X, peace. Still high off Saviour's Day message, absolutely. Yeah, I'm still digesting it as we speak. Yeah, especially the last part regarding Trump possibly being that Pharaoh that does the Exodus deal with God's chosen people. So we're going to see. We are going to see. Big Ryan, salute. What's good with you? Yeah, man. Thank you for keeping it going with me. Because if y'all ain't here, I ain't got no reason to do it, right? I'm not doing it right. I'm failing. If y'all not listening, then I ain't speaking right. I ain't speaking enough. So a lot of us like controversy, of course. We like beef and disputes and arguments and all that. So I always make myself available, at least for disagreements. It ain't got to be beef, but I definitely want to make myself publicly available for any disagreements, any challenges, any, you know what I'm saying, of anything that I post or say or talk about. And yeah, salute to everybody, whether you agree or disagree. But y'all know the rules over here that, you know, you have to have rules. You have to have law and order, rules and regulations if you're going to be a man. If you're going to rule, if you're going to rule anything, you have to have rules. And you have to have laws and enforcement of the law. So you just can't have your way with me or on my property or anything that I own or control. So if you can't respect that, this is not the place for you. So... But early, I'll put the StreamYard link in the chat early on. Oh, man. Dang, I tripped. I was supposed to do something else. Oh, no, I got it. Okay, I got it. Yeah, here's the StreamYard link because I had something else I wanted to put in the chat, but I got it in the chamber. Big Dave Lartigue, Hub and the Dub. Much respect. Salute. So... yeah, there's the StreamYard link early, making myself available. Y'all seen what been the topic for the last 2 or 3 days for me over the weekend. Somebody hit my DM or whatever with a link or something saying that Lord Jamar was on the live today and spoke and brought you up, you know what I'm saying? So, and they showed me the little timestamp, so I want to listen to it. It was only about 30 seconds or something like that. But shouts out, peace, Lord Jamar. You know, he said something like, yeah, I heard Cam or something, or somebody asked somebody, is like, you know, that's just another basically a opponent, somebody that just been waiting to express his I don't know if he said HATRED or just something like that. Because he has my number. That's what he said. He has my number. He could have got at me privately. I'm like, no, that's not how it works with Muslims. That's not how it works with the F.O.I. and, you know, the laws of the Nation of Islam. When you speak on us publicly, then we're going to speak on you publicly. Now that we both spoke on each other publicly, we can have a private conversation. Now, it's not no beef, but, you know, that's just how the laws of engagement, rules of engagements work. You know what I'm saying? You didn't check with me, or as far as I know, you didn't check on no F.O.I privately before you said what you said. So don't expect that we got to check with you or holler at you private. This goes for anybody. It don't just go for my brother. But it's not no beef. It is what it is. But privately or publicly, you spoke publicly, so I dealt with it publicly. Now, if you want to speak privately, we can speak privately. All respect. Excuse me. Gooch, what up with you? Archangel 7, Chris Anderson, salute. King Z, salute. Yep, over here. It's all gravy. We got to stop giving such and such energy. No, it's all good. Keyway guidelines. No, it's not beef. It's just like this is what we do. We don't have to agree or disagree, but if we quote unquote reporters, or if this is journalism, it's not beef because you highlighting stories, especially if you mentioned them. That's a legend. You know what I'm saying? So I would never try to take away his positive impact on me personally and on the culture, on hip hop, and so. But you speak the wrong thing, you get the response publicly. Speak privately, you get the response privately. So it's not nothing bigger than what it is. Yeah, I'm here strictly for clicks and views. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to address. A lot of people be in my comments or whatever on some disagreement. Like, man, why won't you? Every day before I get on live, I check comments and all of that. It'd be so much in the comments. Like, man, hop on a live. I'm on live every day. Why not show up? So I don't know. That's just the rules over here. This is the rules over here on West Coast Cam or Digital Soapbox Network. If you don't, agree with the rules, then just don't come in. If you got anything that you own, whether it's your house, your business, your car, or whatever, it's your rules. That's why it's called yours. You own it. You rule it. Your rules, you rule it. So I don't see what the big. It's not a democracy. You know what I'm saying? It's not equal rights. No, this is mine. This is mine. We don't have equal rights. We don't have equal ownership. Can't express yourself however you feel like it in my house. I don't know where y'all think those rules apply at in real life, but it don't work like that. Unless we can agree on, certain rules of conduct or rules of communication. Other than that, I don't need you. You don't need me, right? Big Gooch say, Brother Cam, you and the 5% content is amazing. Yeah, that's just my passion. Of course, that's my lifestyle. That's my nature. And that's all Islam means. Islam just means the nature of God. It's not a religion. So when I hear my 5%er brothers saying that they not Muslims and they don't do Islam, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. That's why I be opening up the door for dialogue. Like I would love to hear more about, how you came up with those positions. So it's, that's something educational. All of this is educational. You can side with whoever you want to side with, but shouldn't you hear both sides? So I'm calling for that. Let's hear your side. Y'all be hearing this one-sided monologue with Cam so much until somebody mentions our name. Then it should be a two-sided thing. Y'all haven't heard me loud talk nobody or cuss nobody out, or y'all see me being very patient. I get my little notepad, my little pen, and be quiet and smile and point out lies, point out falsehoods. And then at the end of the last conversation, I apologized. I'm trying to demonstrate my character. I'm trying to demonstrate the real Islam, Muslim, NOI, F.O.I integrity and character. Honorable. I didn't say nothing wrong. I didn't lie to nobody, but I still apologize. Because if the spirit that I said it in wasn't correct, I'm going to apologize and ask for your forgiveness publicly. So I didn't get no apology for clear lies that was said. I didn't ask for one. I don't care whether you apologize or nobody else. I do this for me. I do this to show and prove, our integrity, the product of Farrakhan, the product of the NOI. So, it's not like, so it is, whatever. Excuse me. Lance Carter, what up? What up? Ahmad Jabril, Big Adrian, Wrench Mob, God Squad, Wrench Mob, God Mods. Irie 420, Irie 420, you calling for dialogue and critical thinking leads to critical learning. Man, that's what I thought. That's what I was always taught. It don't ever have to be beef. Just because we disagree, like why does it get into feelings and emotions and yelling and I get frustrated if you wasting time, if you're not just answering questions directly. And if you making false or negative or evil suggestion, accusations or claims, or even phrasing it in the form of questions, but we know that it's low-key disses or trying to pot shot or whatever, and then you don't want to stand on it, you know what I'm saying? And I get irritated with little childish stuff like that. So, I might press a little harder and smoke you out and make you, show what was really hiding inside you or something like that. But, it's never beef. It's never beef. All of this is just mental exercise and moral exercise. I love that. Oh yeah, let me put this StreamYard link in the chat again. And yeah, this is for y'all that, y'all want to ask some questions, y'all want to hop on live, give some comments. This is the time to do it. I make myself available every night, every weekday or weeknight. West Coast time, 7 p.m., around 7 p.m., East Coast time, 10 p.m. And it's not no beef though, Gooch. So I'm pretty sure they know that. It's not beef. It's just comparison, building and destroying lies, destroying falsehood, false ideas, and false concepts, and building on actual facts. So if somebody presents a falsehood or a lie, then I'm going to smash it. I'm going to hurl the truth at it, knock out the brains of it, whoever originated that, because that's what I'll be wondering. Where did you get that from? You're going to spread it here, you say it here, and then, of course, I'm going to check it, but I want to know where you got it from. I want you to bring whoever taught you that. Bring them here. Bring the leaders of that lie to me. And let me talk, sit back and let me talk with your leaders, with your big homie, your elders, or whoever, whoever your teachers are that taught you this misinformation. Lance Carter, I think some of these men be intimidated by your demeanor and your wisdom. I wouldn't be intimidated unless I was faulty. If I was faulty, that's the only reason I would be intimidated. Right? Because I'm not cussing nobody out. I'm just straight getting to it. I just want to let's get to the meat and potatoes, or to the core. Let's get to showing and proving. And whatever we can't 100% specifically show and prove, let's get to the circumstantial evidence. Who can put the best and most weightiest circumstantial evidence together, the strongest argument together. And that might take a few minutes of setting up, a scenario or whatever. So I don't got no problem with nobody set me up. You know what I'm saying? Set me up. Set me up with your best scenario, with your best clever military, witty, or, fast talking ain't gonna do it. smile, fast talking, reciting words by heart. None of that's going to do it, because that's not what by heart means. Memorize by heart, that's not the same as recite. Yeah, reciting something just means you remembering words, but by heart mean you living it, you understanding it, where you can break it down without reciting those same words. I don't care about the words. I care about understanding. Let me show me the meaning of it. Show me the application of it. Show me how you have accomplished something, with it, and what you have built with it. Not even what, but who. Show me who you have built with it. Because this ain't about getting money. This ain't about building brick and mortar building. It's about building people. Show me who you have built. Show me what disciplines, what health. How have you improved the health of our people? Mental health, physical health, spiritual, moral health. Show me that. Because I can show you mine. Show you mine. Mine is called the F.O.I Brotherhood and MGT Sisterhood. Archangel 7, salute. AO for sure. That's right, AO. It's all us. All respect, KM. Salute, KM. So that's all I'm here for, making myself available live, real time. Anybody today or yesterday or whatever that was in my comments that I invited on that has, the type-a-thon, that be on type-a-thon, the keyboard. All right, man, there's nothing else I could say. I don't get it. To me, it seems like people type words so they don't have to deal with a real-time response. It's kind of a fear thing. It's kind of a cowardice or afraid to have to deal with the real-time response, right? So, you can think about it. You can, you can premeditate and write and edit something before you hit send or whatever, and then you don't have to worry about it. You can, but when you in the heat of a real time conversation live with hundreds of people watching, yeah, that's different. That's different. It's just like, fighting or boxing or whatever, MMA or anything. Like it's different when you really, toe to toe with somebody, toe to toe. Instead of me over here hitting on a bag and you over here hitting on some wood, you know what I'm saying? Like Bruce Lee say, boards don't hit back, bags don't hit back. Yeah, I mean, I'm a heavy hitter. I'm busting bags. What you doing to actual people though? What you doing to the actual opposition that you training on the bag for? So, AO say lack of male presence. Man, you say too much weed. Hey, I don't know. I just show up. I don't know what it is. I just deal with it if they show up. I deal with whoever show up, whoever don't. I've always, for years since I've been on here, have always been issuing invites and challenges and dares and pointing out that people are quick and regularly talking about us or against us, but none of them seem to initiate or invite us to talk with them. I have to hear about it. I have to watch this on YouTube myself. So I'm gonna respond. Nobody reached out for me before they brought our name up or our leader name up. So I gotta reach out for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking on you because you spoke on us. So don't change the rule. Don't start the clock or start the point the ref to me and shit after you done did something to us. So now the ref looking, and when we do something back, tech. Now we in violation. No, you started this. You started this. So, SD, peace, blessings to you always. Thank you. Thank you for the same wisdom, you know, because it definitely takes one to know one or ones to know ones. Excuse me. Jabril said the people of the wicked nationality planted fear in most of our people's hearts. So the real warriors look like terrorists, right? We look like kamikaze crash out, you know, people like Tupac say, I'm such and such, so don't stand near me. No, I'm not self-deleted. I don't have no self-deletion dreams or nothing like that. Nope, I'm just willing to go all the way where everybody else, they say they willing. I thought everybody was supposed to be willing to go all the way. I didn't know it was just content. I didn't know content was something different. I don't even know that. As the Irie, good evening. Yeah, we on this side. We on this page now, so we opening it up for whoever want to talk about what. Lance, people don't like to be challenged when it comes to what they believe, especially when they can't show the work, right? And especially if you claiming you don't believe in nothing. My man said, I either know or I don't know. Okay, whatever that means, you know, I believe. I'm a believer, so, you know, if you don't believe, I can actually hold you to a much higher standard than I hold myself, because we giving ourselves the out of confessing, hey man, but I believe. Believe means that you don't know. Believe means that you don't fully know. You might know enough to make you want to believe. I might know enough. I might have seen enough proof and evidence and facts and receipts and data, which would lead me to justify me to be able to believe something or someone or have faith in them because of the stuff that I have seen and witnessed. But if you just saying I either know and I don't know and I don't believe nothing, then okay. Well, shit, I'm holding you to a super high standard. You better not come on here saying nothing without knowledge. Not over here with me, because I'm gonna hold you to every word come fly out your mouth. Hey, yo, Brother Cam, have you seen that series in FX called Shogun? No, I never saw that. I never saw that one. Azim, Shabazz, they scared of the messenger's teachers. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's saying. What other word is it? If you don't show up, if you're talking about us instead of talking with us, I don't know what else to call that. I don't know what else to call that. And, you know. And I want y'all to tell me, like, if because y'all don't know me. We ain't went to school together, or we don't got no children together. Like, y'all show up just because I must be entertaining, you know. Am I that unreasonable? Do I just be over talking and yelling? Do I not shut up and grab this and be quiet and let them say they whole opening arguments or they whole things? And then, you know, if they get in their feeling like, why you cutting me off? Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I go back to writing and let them, like, am I really that unreasonable? You can't reason with me. You can't have a conversation with me. Is that really me? Is that how I do people? Or do I have more patience than y'all do? Am I quick to shut somebody down, or do I have more patience than y'all do? 92 people, you know, in the chat. Salute. Please hit the like button. Let me know. Do I got more patience than y'all do? Should I be giving them more time and airtime to talk? Let me know. Because this is our channel. I'm trying to make this channel better for y'all. You know, maybe I'm you know, a poor host over here, and your friends or your brothers or sisters that you sent over here, you said you might have said I shut them down, or I won't let them talk, or I put them on mute. You know, let me know. I need your feedback. Excuse me. Sugar One, greetings, peace, peace, salute, man. Thank you for always supporting and showing up. Archangels, master pupils never stop learning, right? That's all I am. I'm a student. I'm a straight student all the time. A follower. I'm a follower, student follower, believer, student follower, and a believer, and a Muslim. Wally 100 salute. Much respect. Thanks for posting the flyer for Saviour's Day. It was a life-changing message, man. Thank you for watching it. Thank you for supporting over here and being a part of this circle of sharing, exchanging information, ideas. You know, that's all we're doing. We just sharing. The teachers might disappear, but the teachings shall remain. It's always going to be teachers. You know, ain't no teachers going to disappear. You know, individuals, right? But no, it's always going to be teachers. Gooch said all 5%ers, please hit the link to go live. If yeah, that's anybody. You don't have to be a 5%er. You could be anybody. Shout out to Bro Rich, Compton Moss 54. Salute. Anthony David, where if well, I guess where is NOI based out of? The headquarters is in Chicago, Illinois, but the first mosque ever established in the nation was Detroit, Michigan. So mosque number one, the first one ever established, was in Detroit, Michigan, but the headquarter mosque became Chicago, Illinois, Mosque Mariam, Chicago, Illinois. KM in war, whoever doesn't fear being deceased can win. Absolutely. Because that's not what, you know, we're not fighting to keep ourselves individually alive. That's not the cause. The cause of warfare that we're fighting for is not for our own individual lives, to preserve our individual lives. You're trying to preserve a people. You're willing to sacrifice, just like bees and ants and hornets and wasps or anybody. They have no problem sacrificing their own individual self for the cause of the colony or for the cause of the species. So that's what we are as F.O.I. Guys out here classing Cam as a serial interrupter. Right. Like, you know, I'm letting you know why I'm interrupting. I'm forcing, like, all of it is on tape. If I'm interrupting you, is because you going off onto a tangent or you going somewhere else instead of sticking to the subject or the topic. You know, it's a lot of stuff. It's called filibustering. It's a lot of stuff. If you watch interviewers or whatever for years, you know, disrespect Malcolm X, disrespect Minister Farrakhan, disrespect Muhammad Ali, disrespect Brother Khalid Muhammad or any F.O.I, and hit him with some cold little slanderous stuff, and then he answer it real quick and then hurry up and try to move to something else. Like, I can really press you right there. I can change the whole narrative of this whole interview and just press you on the lie that you just told. But I don't even want to do you. Like, I don't want to make you that scared and uncomfortable that, you know, because I can change the whole thing based on one lie that I proved you wrong on. But no, I want you to keep on hitting me, and I'm not even going to hit you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let you break your hand trying to hit me. I'm not even going to beat you with no offense. I'm going to beat you with a iron jaw. Here, hit this hard as you can. And they're not familiar with that. They're not ready for that. And let alone if I hit you. That's not you won't survive. Right. But it's not against no one particular, it's anybody. It's whether it's about, you know, street business or blood and crip, whether it's about Hebrew Israelite, Christian, Orthodox, Muslim. I've been doing this. I don't want to single no one group out or no one person. Nah, I'm not. That's childish. I'm not doing that. I'm just defending this teachings and defending this real leader, you know, like I've been doing. The only thing new here is social media. Only thing new is me doing it on social media. That's the only thing new. BL Senior, I believe they scared of the raw, uncut truth, or maybe they don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be wrong either. I don't want to be wrong. That's why it's a certain spirit of respect, and it's a spirit of humility, a spirit of ask questions. Don't get on here acting like you know something. Don't get on here saying false statements. That's slander. That's lies and slander. And I got every right to destroy you if you do that. But I don't want to destroy you. I'm gonna destroy that lie or the author of it. But I don't even pin them down to do that. I like, all right. You know, I say the question rhetorically, like, because if I wanted to really press, I could press. I would say, yeah, well, who told you that? Where you get that from? And they won't answer it, and they just keep on like, all right, I'm not tripping. I'm laughing because I'm letting you know I could have broke your rib right there, could have broke your jaw right there, could have, you know, cracked your temple right there. Like, you know, it's not hurting me. It's not no threat to me. I'm just showing you how vulnerable you are. Invent, besides the knowledge and the teachings, I come mainly because the way you handle yourself. I'm soaking up game. Appreciate these lives. Look forward to it. You keep me level-headed, man. Blessings. Invent one. That's what we supposed to do. Strengthen each other, make each other sharp and firm in faith and in example of how to, you know, like you said, how to remain calm and remain firm under hostile conditions or under adverse conditions or adversary or opponents or whatever. So, you know, I'm never like, you know, like I said, I don't love this life that much for me to care that much. So I just really don't care that much no more. King Z, you irritate the devil in the people. You irritate the devil in people. One firm believer is as hard on the devil as 1,000. Yeah. What is that? Is that the saying? One learned, yeah. One learned believer is harder on the devil than 1,000 ignorant worshipers. So they know I'm not ignorant. They know I'm calling for, you know, showdowns with regarding knowledge and facts and receipts and accomplishments, because that's how you really prove it, whether you're knowledgeable or not. What have we accomplished? And the accomplishments, according to the lessons, means converts. It means how have you affected your own people? How many of your own people have you brought to the Lamb of God, brought to the Savior? So whoever you are, you know what I'm saying? You're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you're a Moor, Hebrew Israelite, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to run those contests with anybody. Anybody that say, you know, what you have is superior to what I got. Let's line it up. That's all. MJ, RLA, salute. My brethren, I think from Rasa, salute. Indigenous Brotherhood, yeah. Pure and native indigenous. The Nation of Islam lesson says the 17 million with the 2 million Indians together is 19 million in the wilderness of North America back in 1934. And that means God, the people of God. So when we say black people, we ain't just talking about people from Africa. We talking about the descendants also of the so-called Native American Indians, right? Not just the kinky hair, big, you know, wide lip, wide nose, negroid featured black people from Africa. Those ain't the only people of God. I mean, you know, talking about here that fulfills this chosen people of North America prophecy. K Solo, peace. Walaikum salam, happy Savior's Day. Archangel, the student can never be great or greater than its teacher, whether it's an Adam or Eve or atomic chemistry or lies the true well. Yeah, the student can be greater than the teacher, because if the teacher is in the student, that's the whole point. You absolutely are supposed to become greater than the teacher. Just like your child is supposed to become greater than you. You start out as his or her teacher, they supposed to surpass you. So no, that's that's not really accurate, Archangel. The particular teacher that we got, we won't be able to grow, wiser than him, not in our lifetime. But so if that's what you mean, yeah, that I agree with that. But the reason why Allah came is to give us His mind. So He said that He wouldn't even allow. I'm talking about Master Father Muhammad. He wouldn't even allow His body to die until His mind was law among His people. Till He successfully put His mind, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, force, and power into His people, and then He would let His body die. He said He would live a minimum of 400 years. So the whole point is to return us to being gods in the flesh. So yeah, we all supposed to grow beyond our teachers. Anthony David, the epicenter for Black youth death by way of homicide in Chicago. Are youth there aware of NOI or NOI not trying to stop it? Anthony David, you have just been nominated to hop on the live with Brother Cam. So that's a great question. But unfortunately, the spirit that I detect and the motivation behind the question requires that you show your face and your voice. So Anthony David, you see I got your comment pinned, but I'm not going to answer it if you don't show up. And please don't type no more comments. Because if you type any more comments without showing up, then I'm going to block you. So I respect you, but I respect you only, and I only answer your question if you show up and ask it, man to man. Salute, Madon. I see you, Madon. What day can I visit the mosque on Vermont? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. So you can ask any of the brothers you see, then they'll give you the specific schedule. K Solo, did you watch Pharaoh said that YouTube? I don't know what you're saying, K Solo. I don't gotta type a little better than that. Shugil, certain statements indicate when Cam's finger must hover over the mute button. Let me tell you something. I'm standing on facts as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I mean, I'm learning a lot about people's grade level, their mental grade level on this social media thing. Yeah, Ramadan is coming up too, AO. Yep, that's the next thing. We're looking forward to that in a few days. So inshallah, yeah, we'll be all present and fasting and getting these keys, these higher keys to unlock the God powers, especially after this grace period is over with, after Wednesday, after Saviour's Day, the Saviour's birthday, which is February 26th, this Wednesday. After that, Ramadan is coming right after that. Man, I wish y'all knew. I don't know. I don't even know who that is. So, right. I don't know who any of these people is. Mello, salute, Mello. It's all good, Anthony, but I still want you to hop on the live. So I'm not taking it disrespectfully though, but I'm asking you to get on live with me. So if you don't have no disrespectful motives, then you shouldn't have nothing to worry about. But I want the people to see you ask me that question live. Because it's always better live, real-time interaction. So we could see, the way you ask it, we can see the details of what you asking, and then you can see how quick or not or whatever that, and how thoroughly or what spirit that I answer it with or in. So yeah, Anthony, just hop on the live. It's all good. Ain't no beef or nothing. So there's a couple of, since we on the subject, when I was doing the little live with the few 5%er brothers, and I told them that I was gonna post up some Elijah Muhammad's interview, black and white interviews. I put it in the description of that particular episode, but that was 3 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago already. But here in the link, here's the two interviews I was talking about. So y'all can, if y'all want to later on, y'all can click that link right there that says TMHEM, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Part 1, Part 2. Those is both the black and white interviews. Like I said, we come a receipt. So all the stuff you heard, the young brothers, unfortunately, spreading the lies about, then you would you hear Elijah Muhammad. This way back before them, and probably for them, and possibly their parents was born. So if we got the receipts of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaching and saying in interviews and all kind of stuff, specific things that these opponents saying that he didn't say or he didn't do, then y'all can use your own eyes and ears. My job is just to present the receipts. Present the receipts. Mm-hmm. So that's all. And come back and holler at me now. Holler at me about the receipts. Holler at me about what you said about no beginnings, or what you said about, it's, so it's all love. It's all love. Or hate. It's all peace or it's all war. It's whatever you want it to be. It's whatever you want it to be. So, but yeah, let me put the StreamYard link back up here. Give me some comments. I mean, not some comments, some topics. Yeah, comments or questions, disagreements. That's the most entertaining, right? It's the most entertaining. People love to tune in and see disagreements. See us argue in the best manner. Hopefully, like I'm not interested in getting in my feelings, but I am interested in proving certain things wrong and proving other things right. Majid, salute. Happy Saviour's Day to you, man. Assalamu alaikum to you and the fam. Was that? No, you ain't missed nothing. Same day. No, I just came over here. We didn't really miss nothing. We ain't got into nothing. Just kind of recapping and leaving the door open, leaving the door unlocked, inviting anybody that wanted to, get on live and, recap or resume anything that was talked about in the last 2 days, last 2 lives. CMC, salute. Technique is class. Salute. Man, good to see you. AO still bothered by how the system regulates my parenting. Yeah, y'all won't really like my solutions, so I ain't gonna really get on that. You won't like my solutions. My solutions is extremely reality based. Extremely reality based. Certain realities that that we don't want to implement, that we don't want to face, we don't want to implement. So, I'll keep my mouth closed on that. Pay a small something to have my natural rights. Nah, it's called, what the Bible say, the Son of Man is likened unto a man sowing seeds. You know what I'm saying? If you put all your seeds in one basket, or you put all your seeds in the wrong basket, then so as far as I can really go. Wali 100, who introduced you to Islam and what attracted you to it? Who introduced me to it? I guess Islam or the NOI. What introduced me, I think, to Islam maybe was rap, hip hop, because even though I didn't know what Islam was, but the terminology and the words and the concepts, like all praise is due to Allah. I didn't hear, I heard that from Rakim and a lot of the 5%ers. So that's probably who introduced me to Islam, but they didn't claim to be Muslim, so I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? If that's one of those things. It's just how God works. Because if you're claiming to be Allah, but then you're not claiming to be a Muslim, and if I'm hearing all praises due to Allah, and that's a blessing. So naturally, Allah means Islam. So I'm thinking that you must be talking about Islam, but that's what introduced me to it. So that led me naturally. Okay, what is this Allah? Oh, it's Allah is the God of Islam. Oh, okay. Well, what is Islam? So I really went to the source. I went to the lamb's mouth, not to the horse's mouth. I went to the lamb's mouth. I went directly to the lamb, where it was coming from, which is Elijah Muhammad. That's where Malcolm X came from. That's where Muhammad Ali came from. Farrakhan, everybody came. So I went directly to the source. And once I got there, I found out that nobody else in hip hop was at the source. They wasn't claiming the source. So I was like, whoa, okay, that's different. So me being a authentic, the kind of dude I am, like, I don't want nothing but the source. Give me the raw and cut. Give me the source. You know what I'm saying? So that's what initially introduced it to me. But the one that actually identified the source for me was my brother, my oldest brother, Ruben Muhammad. So yeah, he's a student minister in North Carolina, I believe. So but yeah, he the one that gave me my first F.O.I, NOI experience. Yeah. Sean Kemp, how come you didn't go to Saviour's Day? Health issues, and that's mostly it. Health issues and money, health and money issues. Yeah. So I was there in spirit, in mind, but yeah, I wasn't able to make it physically. Hey, yo, black man don't need to be coddled. Yeah, that's the problem. We become like women. We become like emotional. You have to cater to our emotions. You have to be sensitive to our emotions. You know what I'm saying? I had a brother straight tell me, feelings is very important. Feelings is very important. Really? Emotions is very important to a man in wartime? Wow. I didn't press him on that. I was just like, all right, because he was already, very talkative and very loud. So I didn't really want to ask no questions that's going to, make a person talk even louder or more. So I was like, okay, well, if you say so, not to me. That's not true to me. So that's our problem, is we too much on some emotions. We got to be like successful people. No successful people function on emotions. No successful people say that, especially not males during wartime. King Z, bro, Ishmael went in yesterday, didn't he? Yeah, I'm going to listen to that again. Could you touch on some of the message that caught your attention? The part that caught my attention most was around the end, where he was speaking about Trump, the message to Trump, and whether or not he is going to fulfill that Pharaoh that let God's people go because of the curses or whatever. Somebody that's willing to negotiate with Farrakhan or with the NOI, because Farrakhan probably won't even be present. So he will have to be dealing with us. And yeah, that was the part that stood out the most to me. Is I was kind of waiting to see what spirit he was going to be in regarding Trump. I thought he was going to mention something about the Pope, but he didn't. But the fact that he mentioned something about Trump, that actually is an extension of the Pope to a certain degree. But yeah, just the fact that he didn't go at Trump, like he never was really going at, he never went at Trump. He really was going, you know, he was really supporting Trump position and the way Trump had been getting at the FBI and the CIA and the Department of Justice and fake news and the IRS and all of, you know, all of the people that has historically destroyed us during our whole time here. So, yeah, I expected him to do what he did or say what he said, because I thought, you know, like I told y'all, that's why I prayed that Trump would even win the election. I didn't vote for him, but I voted for him in my prayers to our Father, and you know, he answered mine where he rejected y'all's, you know, those that voted against Trump. So you got to ask yourself why that is. Why would, you know, he reject your prayers if you voted and rallied and promoted, you know, and prayed and all that kind of stuff for Trump not to win, but he still won. God didn't have nothing to do with that. So that just verified, you know, my understanding and my position. So I didn't think he was going to say nothing to, you know, whatever against Trump. And that just confirmed it to me. Yeah, Wally, absolutely. Military taught me that emotions can get you unalived. Absolutely. Hey, I saw the minister in the wheelchair and I cried. What did you cry about, AO? You know, how did you feel about that? You know, what does that mean to you? Seeing Minister Farrakhan in a wheelchair made you cry because what? Because what? You know, I want to see where you at with that. Cam, were you able to get a definite answer from the brother of the 5% about how he would be able to see who among a crowd of? Of course not. CMC, now come on, brother. Of course not. How he would be able to see who among a crowd of 100 people would be able to recognize the 5% among them. It's not just the 5%. Like, you know, that's how it you know, illogical and irrational that argument was, because he said that. I didn't say that, and then he was like, "So you saying that 100%?" Like, I never said no percent. I'm telling you, any percent, you're not going to be able to get the same percentage every time. Why wouldn't it be 17.5% or 22%? Like, what are you like? You just jumped out there and said that you every time you get a group of 100 people is going to always be this 5%, 10%, and like, man, Jesus Christ, like that's incredible. So yeah, in other words, no, of course not. CMC's technique is class, of course not. Walaikum salam, Taja Khan, Wala Taja Khan. Ahmad Jabril, will the live stream remain the same during the month of Ramadan? I don't know yet. That's a good question, but it's going to be way more potent, God willing, inshallah. I know once that energy of the end of grace and the end of the Saviour, you know, birthday, and oh man, yeah, this Ramadan is going to be like none other. This Ramadan, and the meaning of the word Ramadan is scorching heat, if I'm not mistaken. Ramadan means like scorching heat, like burning heat, you know, like you burning the impurities out of yourself. So trust and believe this Ramadan gonna be hot. No man has ever loved his people as much as the minister has in my lifetime. Well, your lifetime is Elijah Muhammad is in your lifetime, but you mean as far as your generation? Yeah, in our generation, absolutely. Don, peace.
Yo, Cam, salute. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Salute, man. How you doing, beloved?
Oh man, I'm good, man. To make that work day, man. Saw you was live. Thought I'd join in, and chop it up with you.
Well, yeah, you've been AWOL for a couple of them though, right? So, yeah, man, time to get back to work. It's Monday, man. Back to the
Yeah,
work week.
that's right, man. You know, a lot of things that transpired, man. I enjoyed the bill with you and the 5% brothers. You know what I mean? That was a good dialogue. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Uh, yeah, I definitely
Any
enjoyed that.
particular part stand out to you?
What did stand out from what I remember was because I know it's been a couple days. I think
Yeah.
the brother he didn't want to answer the question. It's like he was dodging instead of giving a straight answer. The brother kept reaching for something.
Which one? Because it was like four altogether.
What was his name, man? The brother that was in the middle, the brown skinned brother. You kept having to put him in the back.
I think Info Mega or something like that.
Yeah, that was him. Yeah, that brother right
Right.
there. Yeah, yeah.
Um, what stood out about that? What was he saying?
As far as like when you were asking him questions, he was kind of dodging. Like he wouldn't give a straight answer. He would like elaborate somewhere else, and that was kind of confusing. But they did bring out some few things I had never heard before. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think you had the brother on the ropes. I know that.
Yeah, I wasn't even. Yeah, it wasn't even necessarily about trying to have nobody on the ropes. It's just if a person claims a certain thing, I'm gonna hold you to your claim, right? And a lot of us don't deal with accountability very well. You know what I'm saying? If you let something fly out your mouth publicly, especially to me, you know what I'm saying? You know, we specialize in submission holds. If you claim that you're not a Muslim, I'm gonna get you in a hold that's gonna make you submit. You know, we do submission. We do Islam fighting over here. So I don't know if y'all are familiar with martial arts. You know, the word Islam means submission. You know what I'm saying? And if you wrangling with a real Muslim, like I said, I always use that example about a pinky finger. If you don't mind losing your pinky finger, then you might have a chance with me. But I don't need to do no big Bruce Lee moves. I'm just looking for your pinky finger. I'm just looking for the smallest little thing that I'm gonna grab it and twist it and make you tap out. I'm not letting it go. If I choose to let it go, it's just because I'm letting you know I could have wiped you out just with your pinky finger. I could have made you submit. Now, you know, if you see like, oh, you hurt and you don't want to show to the public that you know you don't want to lose that finger, then you might want to try to start dancing then. You know what I'm saying? Because he got to the smallest part of my extremities and down there made me tap out. So that's just how that works. I just like to do that. And I got pinkies too. Here, grab mine. Grab mine. You know what I'm saying? See if you can get to mine before I get to yours.
Yeah, most def. A lot of it coming back to me now. I know what I remember that stood out. When you asked him, when Clarence X had took the teachings, when you was like, "Yo, but ain't that's kind of like pretty much taking his works or stealing, and pretty much breaking the rule about spreading the teachings without, you know what I mean?" So that right there stood out. The brother didn't really want to admit to it, but I think the other brother did though.
Yeah, even so, like I wouldn't even dwell on that. Like if you don't understand that's what that is, that I mean, or you know, if you don't understand or you don't want to acknowledge what omission is, like why did you omit this part? And then the other brother said because that was no good or that wasn't the best part or something he said. I was like, oh, okay, at least you answered it. At least you said what you know it was. I wish the first brother would have said that, but you know, okay. So, but you know, it's educational. So that way, you know, if I don't, anyway, I don't know. But anyway, what else? You, you know, I don't.
No, man. I'm just other than that, man. I know I haven't heard of. I didn't get to check out. I heard somebody saying it earlier about Jamar, but I didn't get a chance to check that out. But I'm gonna definitely have to check that out. But other than that, man, I just been checking out Donald Trump and seeing how he just he got so much people. It's like people just losing their mind over different things he's doing. And what tripped me out is how much noise black people making. Black people was like losing their mind over something, to me, like really in our business, but it's like at the same time, I think that we're putting, some of our people put too much energy in it, far as hating Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's part of the stuff. If you believe in Pharaoh and his world and his system, then I guess you'll be in your emotions and you'll be spending all your energy trying to be on some anti-him business instead of on some pro-you. Your life, you're gonna spend much time in your life protesting and rallying or whatever against him, when you could have been spending that same time just ignoring them and building your own community, building your own infrastructure, your own constitution, or joining on with your own nation that's already been doing that. So that's why I'd be asking people, like, why aren't you a member or whatever with the nation? Why do you avoid the NOI? You know what I'm saying? And you hear a whole lot of revelations from people, like, wow, okay, well, I'm in the nation, you know what I'm saying? Like, do I seem weird? Do I seem like a robot? Do I seem like a, poor? Do I seem unhealthy? Like, what is it about me that turns you off? It turns you off because you over here tuned in. So what tunes you off?
Yeah, I feel exactly where you're coming from, man. I think it's the discipline. A lot of our people ain't ready for discipline, or just don't want that kind of discipline.
No, they ready for it. They just don't want it. It's like my man said something about you don't tell me how to speak or something, like, he was on here cussing and talking about why you got a erection for the why you got an erection for the 5%. Like, erection? What are you talking about? Like, you don't come over here talking with me like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk with you. I want to be able to, get to whatever your so-called issue is, but you came on full of emotion, so we're not getting nowhere. But that's what I open these lines of communication up for. Let the people see. Let the people see which glass they want to drink from. You know what I'm saying? If what you got is better than what we got, then put your glass up. Show the people your glass. I'm gonna show you the one we drinking out of, and then you show me the one you drinking out of, and let the people decide which one is the cleanest.
Yeah, that was because it was that dialogue was definitely needed, man. Because when it comes to the 5%ers, I'm ignorant to a lot of their beliefs and what they stand on and stand for. So it brought out a lot that I didn't know about. For why Clarence X felt as though it was to right for him to take the teachings and do what he did and stuff like that. So it gave me a little light from far as from that side.
Right. So, at the end of the day, I'm gonna issue a challenge calmly, cheerfully. I won't get upset. I won't cuss. Just as smooth and calm and peaceful as I'm saying this right here. I'll be like, well, let's invoke death. Let's invoke the curse of Allah on the liars. Let's publicly do a demonstration, a showdown. That's what I'm on. So we can argue all day. That's still not proving nothing. Let's do something definitive, challenge that we could show the people that we willing to do publicly. Like, nobody ain't did it yet. Nobody ain't bold enough. Is all of the God talk, divine God power talk? They ain't accepted that challenge. So I don't know what else to tell you. Like, if you ain't willing to go all the way, then why go at all? Honor Roll, thank you, Big Honor Roll, for the to the super chat. Salute, man. Blessings to you. Thank you, Honor Roll. But what do you think about that? Since it's God business and we all talking about God, and God means power and force, and God means creator and maker and owner and all that old good God talk, don't God supposed to be, The giver of life and the causer of deletion.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would think. You know, if I was a 5%er, I would be on every panel I can hit. You know what I mean, defending my truth and, you know, standing on it and you know, educating the people. So to me, for them, it seemed like well, maybe I'm wrong. They can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just my opinion from the outside looking in. I don't see them on a lot of platforms, or maybe I'm just missing it. You know, pretty much battling or contending for the truth, so to speak. Like, if this is the truth, right? To me, you should contend for it like you doing.
And you should contend in the subject of what you claiming to be. Like I said, if we claiming to be God and you claiming these lessons definition of God, which is you know, the question is asked, what makes rain, hail, or what causes rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes, and what brings rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes? Those is forces of nature. Those is that's demonstrating that whatever being this is has the power in real time to cause earthquakes in real time, cause snow, rain, hail, you know, weather disturbances or whatever. So that means that's not something that you're doing with your hands. I don't got to go build me an earthquake. I don't have to go build me some snow, right? That's something that a God is supposed to do from their mind, the same way that you tune into the population and be able to write history 25,000 years in advance. That's the kind of God power that I'm challenging. Since you God, since you Allah, that's the definition of Allah. So that Allah I'm challenging to invoke death, invoke the curse of that type of power on which one of us is faking, which one of us is Allah is the liar, which one is the false Allah, and which one is the real Allah. So we don't got to worry about we seeing each other is on site, or you want to pop at something. You know, no, that's Negro. That's 85 devil weak business. We talking God powers. Let's demonstrate and display our God powers. You know what I'm saying? Who want to do that with me? If you disagree in this God over here, this W.D. Farad God or this Elijah Muhammad God and his Farrakhan God, and you say you God, or your father Allah is the God, then let's do that showdown. I'm so anxious to do that with anybody, whether you Christian, whether you Orthodox, Muslim, Hebrew, Israelite, Moor, whatever you are, atheist, whatever you are, Mayat, whoever your God is, I challenge you to do that with me. Whoever your God is. So I ain't got nobody taking me up on that offer yet. And we can get together and work out the details of what a punishment should be, what it should look like, who should get engulfed in the punishment. Like, what we could do the details. Because God, you know, he respects details. That's what I want to do. Otherwise, don't argue with me. Not about that. Because I'm gonna hold you to it.
Hey man, that is so real to me, because it reminds me this not a diss to the 5%ers, but it just remind me of what I heard Tupac said on an interview. He was like, while he was in jail, you know, he had people telling him about this 5%er stuff, and he was basically like, well, shit, if you God, pop this gate and I'll be a 5%er for life, or something like that.
Right. So that's all it comes down to. And right now is the time to run that challenge. You run the challenge when grace is over with. Because if we still under grace and I'm calling for some kind of challenge like that against my own people that Allah came to save, then it's not gonna work. But if we had time, if we had 90-something years and you familiar with the God, it's not like you haven't heard his teachings. You've been studying the NOI teachings so you can dispute it. You've been studying it so you can oppose it. So you can build an organization or a temple or whatever against it. So I have to wait until the right time where I can call for that challenge. Now is the right time. Grace is over with. I dare you to accept the challenge with me now. I dare you to accept this challenge. Let's invoke the curse of the Allah. Your Allah against my Allah. Ain't nobody gonna take that. Ain't nobody gonna accept the challenge. You ain't that crazy.
Yeah, that's a challenge for you right there.
Yeah, and the Quran said the reason why they'll never invoke it because they know what dirt their hands have already committed and sent forth in the name of their so-called God or religion. In the name of whatever you know you too dirty for that. You know you dirtier than me because that's really what it's gonna come down to. It's gonna come down to who the dirtiest.
Hey, that's 100.
You know, Wala Taja Khan said we have keys too. You know, the 17 million keys don't just mean unlocking, mental unlocking us from the prison of mental death. The keys mean something else too. If y'all, like I said, if y'all go to that, let me put this back in the link. If y'all watch this video, the second interview, it's 2 interviews, but watch the second interview with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He let you know what that real key, the most powerful function of the key is. And how, if you lucky to land this particular key, that's the key to the powers over the forces of creation. It ain't just unlocking, the little mental cage that you've been in. No, that's just the beginning of what the key do. The key controls everything. So if Master Fard Muhammad came to give 17 million of them keys out, you know what I'm saying? And you rejecting Master Fard Muhammad and he gives me one of them keys or he gives the F.O.I and MGT them keys, then, you think I'm not going to be challenging you? I want to know if I was lied to. Since you say that Elijah Muhammad lied to us, I want to see. This is how I'm going to see whether you right or not. Did Elijah Muhammad lie to me about Fard Muhammad and about himself, since you say he lied to us? That's how we prove that.
Yeah. And the more you talk about it, the more things is coming back to my memory. I remember one of the 5% brother was like, oh no, Cam, it all came from Egypt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and I'm like, how is that when they battle?
And I be devil's advocate. Okay, even if it came from Egypt, why them Egypts didn't come over here and get us out of slavery? What good is if it stayed in Egypt? Who's the one that brought it from Egypt over here for us to be able to benefit from it?
Yeah,
it wasn't no Egyptians. If it came from Egypt, but he brought it, then all praise is due to him because he brought it to us from Egypt. You know what I'm saying? I'm still not giving Egypt no credit because they kept it to themselves. They kept it away from us for 400 years.
That's real. And because what tripped me out about when he said that was like, because I used to study Egypt. You know what I mean? I wasn't I wasn't fantasizing or mesmerized by it, but just study the history of it. But from my studies, from most scholars and certain dictionaries, they say that language is still a lost language, and they don't really understand it, even though some say they do, but a lot of them say they don't. So when he said that, I'm like, well, when didn't they just now starting the so-called decipher that information? So that's why I couldn't. I was like, oh,
yeah, man. I mean, people be all over the place, and I can with enough time, I could crack all of that. But if you loud and you fast talking and and you just talking and you're not presenting no receipts, you're just saying who did. That's why I was like, well, show me the receipts. Who's the author? Who wrote this so-called book about all these receipts? Okay, that was 1950 something. Okay, well, which one of them came in and got us out of mental death? You know what I'm saying? Because Master Fard Muhammad showed up he made himself known to us in 1930. So your man ain't even thought about writing no books yet, let alone did the books come door to door and deliver their information to us. You didn't deliver 17 million of them books to our doorstep. That's what the F.O.I did. We went door to door. So if anybody talking about we wasn't in the streets, what in the streets? No, we was going to your doorstep. Saying that's the program of the F.O.I. You requiring them to meet up at a park? No, we going to your door, and we in the streets. So you know, I don't understand that claim, or just saying. Salute Demetrius, Demetrius A, Big Demetrius. I got your cash app. Thank you, Big Demetrius.
Yeah, that's a fact, because we can see the fruit that has been bared by the Nation of Islam, right? We can track that. We can see that. It's documented. I mean, we see the students that came out and all that. So to me, that's, I mean, it don't get no better than that.
But it do get better than that. It get better than that in the form of this accepting this challenge that I just issued, because we want to see these supernatural God powers that only Allah can do. So if you Allah, the power ain't in just being able to reproduce and you know, your sons or your daughters pick up some teachings that you left behind. That's not the power of Allah. Power of Allah is actually doing something with the teachings that you're supposed to say that claim that was Allah power. So can you tune in and write history 25,000 years in advance? Can you create the sun, moon, star? You claim that, you know, we the maker, the owner, cream of the planet Earth. So can you show anything like that? I can show you more circumstantial evidence than you can. I can show you, you know, cavies, 10% wise cavies, scientists in the laboratory doing more creating than you doing. I can show you, you know, teachings of atoms being cracked and physics, atomic physics, astrophysics, UFO or UAP subject matter that was taught back in the 30s that these white scientists didn't know nothing about. Now they confirming it. They didn't have the actual facts. Their teachings is coming closer and closer to Master Akbar Muhammad's actual facts. His actual facts ain't going closer to nothing they had, because they didn't have nothing. They didn't have none of this information. So if allegedly they supposed to have this in Kemet, show me where they was talking about any of these sciences of the secret powers of the 24 scientists and the history and ability to do this and ability to do that. Show me what books in Kemet or Egypt was teaching that, and which ones raised us up over here. I'll wait.
Yeah, you gonna have to show and prove on that.
Yeah, but even if you say so, that still don't mean you should decline my challenge. Ultimately, it's going like you got it's showdown time. Do not duck my fade, my God fade. Let's invoke the curse of Allah, whether if we call him for death or we call him for maiming or afflictions, or we could specify it. Let's specify it. Let's specify what we calling for. You know what I'm saying? Why not do that? We want to specify all this other stuff. Y'all good scientists about trying to say we lying about this specific thing and that specific thing. Let's line up some specific curses, some specific punishments, and pin it up on both of all of any of our social media and leave it up there pinned. Because somebody gonna know you, somebody knows me, somebody gonna know what happens to me. That's how we do that. You can go on about your life, go on about your business, I go on about mine, and we'll just wait and see what happens, right? That's how confident I am in my Allah. And like I said, that goes for anybody, any faith, any religion, any organization. If you claim in God or you claim in some power of God, whether it's in you or it's in outer space, I challenge you with that same challenge. That's not tempting God. That's testing. That's putting the God to the test. You're supposed to do that. I ain't tempting the God. I'm not saying that, but why not do it if you putting your life on this? If I done already gave 35 years of my life to this, blood, sweat, tears, and other stuff, Why would I not do that? Why wouldn't you do that? Right? That's right, Rube. The lessons say, quote, my word is bond, and bond is life, and I will give my life before my word shall fail. And I got to be willing to give my life before Elijah's word shall fail, or Farrakhan's word shall fail. Right? Are they willing to put their lives up against their word or their claim or their accusation? Ain't did it yet. I've been calling for this for a year now. Since I've been on YouTube, or since I done ran into a certain level of resistance or adversaries or whatever, they ain't not one of them accepted the challenge. So you tell me why that is. I'm not scared to do it. That's the ultimate humiliation. That's me setting myself up for the ultimate humiliation. Right? It don't mean that, if I get wiped out, I don't mean that, maybe I'm a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? But who's willing to do it? If you're willing to argue with me, be willing to do this. Or you ain't that serious. You really ain't that serious. It's like a trend. It's a fad or something. It's a trend to you. It's not life and death with you. Because you would do that first. That's what we taught to do this first. Anything else other than this is gravy, y'all. It's nothing. There's no reason I should be upset. You're not willing to do this. So we can talk. Let's talk, because you ain't willing to put your life on nothing. But yeah, man, hit the like button. You don't have to agree with me, but if you like the controversy, or you like the boldness, you like the concepts, you like seeing a different way of thinking, a different way of verbalizing certain position, this so-called 10 toes down, standing on this type of business, hit the like button. You don't have to agree. Hit the like button if you want to see somebody accept my challenge. Y'all remember, I don't know if y'all old enough, or y'all remember the Daffy Duck cartoon? Remember that Daffy Duck cartoon when he was always trying to be a magician or something like that, and he wanted to do the biggest trick ever, and he's like, this, I can only do this trick one time. He got some nitroglycerin and some TNT and some dynamite and mix it all together, and he finally got a standing ovation, but he blew his soul out. Man, that's how this is. I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do this last little, the ultimate demonstration. I don't know, man. I don't know. Lance, he made a statement about knowing about the percentage of something, and Cam debunked that claim, and he was pretty upset about that. Right. Because he knew what I was getting at. He knew you can't just say, yeah, I know that. No, you don't. No, you don't. You believe just like I believe. If you quoting any part of the lessons, you know what I'm saying? You quoting any so-called degrees, that means you believe, because you ain't proved none of it. You ain't proved the solar facts. You ain't proved none of it. Why would you handpick this part and say, I don't believe this, but then I'm reciting all the rest of this? You ain't proved none of the actual facts. You ain't proved none of it. Why do you quote it? Why are you reciting it? Why you think it's so great to memorize it by heart? You ain't proved it. Just childish. It's childishness. You don't want to be mature enough to say, I don't know, and so I believe. You quoting it. So you believe it because you haven't proved it. And if you're saying we write our history 25,000 years in advance, do you really believe that? Because you ain't proved that neither. You know what I'm saying? You haven't talked to, the Father, Allah. So anything he's saying, you believe him, because you ain't talked to him. You ain't seen nothing he did. So why can't we just be honest and break it on down and submit and be humble and say that we believers? You believers in your man, I'm believers in my man. So let's put our belief to the test. That's too critical. That's too logical. That's too realistic, logical thinking. You know, and my ego ain't involved in it. Hey, man, I'm a believer. I'm a follower. Yeah. A follower of Farrakhan.
I think that'll be real interesting, man. You know what I mean? I would love to see that. You know, I hopefully the brother Lord Jamar step up and you know what I mean, and had a dialogue and a conversation, because I haven't seen it between the NOI and 5% Nation, like a constructive conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't hold my breath. I've been doing this for 34 years and I ain't had it yet neither. So, you know, why would I expect it now? But the only difference is time. Time is what's different now. We're at a different time now. So different results, different outcomes, different things in place now. So I'm here to conduct that experiment. You know, gods, we experiment on high explosion. Experiment. If you're not sure about something, you experiment. Right? That's how you know. If you don't want to believe, you don't want to use the word believe, well, run the experiment with me. Let's do this experiment. Let's do this chastisement curse experiment. You know what I'm saying? Let's experiment on this high explosion. You don't get much higher than that, right?
Right.
So
that's
same day parlay, Lord Jamar did mention KAM. Yeah, it wasn't no big thing. Salute to Lord Jamar. Like I said what I had to say because he said what he had to say. But personally, you know, that's my brother. I got love for Lord Jamar. You know what I'm saying? He just spoke, you know, out of turn and made comments and accusations and claims and suggestions that he shouldn't have made, especially not publicly. So I responded publicly, as I always do. We was on the same team. He know how I'm gonna go. If I'm gonna go that same way against Vlad and whoever, you know, we was together on that against that same type of business when it was Vlad that was doing it. So I ain't bullying or picking nobody out. Just don't mention us. You mention us, you gonna get mentioned back. So ain't nothing.
Yeah, man. If I could, something that stood out when you played that, oh, excuse me, a few days back, when he was like, excuse me, they tried to get rid of when he was like, well, you know, they wanted to. I might be misquoting him. I mean, I can see how he said it, but basically he was like, well, you know, they wanted Clarence X out. And then he was like, yeah. And then he was like, kind of like Malcolm. They wanted Malcolm out. Yeah. Like I was wondering, like, what are you trying to say?
Because Malcolm said some things. Because Malcolm said some things. Yeah, like Malcolm said, what kind of things? Like Malcolm said some lies. Malcolm said some slander. He said some truth, but he said some lies against his teacher. He might have whatever he was saying against his teacher's sons or other laborers in the nation. That could be true, but you effed up when you said it against the leader. Once you said against the leader, then you effed up. So and then you said they wanted to get rid of him, get rid of me like they got rid of him. What does got rid of him mean? He left. Just like Clarence 13, he left, right? Didn't they leave? They got rid of themselves if they knew they was going against the structure or going against the leader. You got rid of yourself. Ain't nobody got rid of you.
Yeah, and that's what what kind of stood out to me. It's like he painted a false narrative. You know what I mean? And to me, that's not cool.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I I got a mouth, I got a microphone, I got influence, I got a track record, I got an army and a brotherhood. Like, you know, I'm by Allah's permission, I'm a genuine article. I'm one of the genuine articles in this thing. You know what I'm saying? So who's better qualified in this rap, hip hop, whatever world to speak on this subject than Cam, than me? Let me know. Let me know what rapper on earth is better qualified to speak on NOI business, F.O.I business as a rapper than me. So
I can't think of none, man. I was going through my mind trying to think of some, but I can't think of none, man. I can't think of not one.
American Indian by blood. Clarence 13X was kicked out by Minister Malcolm. So what does kicked out mean? American Indian by blood. What does kicked out mean? Do you know the rules and the regulations and the laws and the punishments of the Nation of Islam? Since you got four explanation points behind that comment. American Indian by blood, hop on the live with me. Hop on the live with me though. Don't type. I need you to hop on the live now since you got emphatically exclamation points on this particular comment. Here's the StreamYard link. Mac Nasty, peace to you. Salute. I'm waiting on you, American Indian by blood. You say Clarence 13X was kicked out. What does kicked out mean? Waiting on you. Hit the StreamYard link, American Indian by blood, since you know what kicked out means. Or let us know what kicked out means. Because I'm not sure if you are ever in the Nation of Islam. So I'm waiting on you, American Indian by blood. So there's a difference between feelings and beliefs and even comments and truth and actual facts, actual processes, right? Because I don't know if you knew it or not. Well, you know, you're not gonna show up probably, but I hope you do. There's not no beef or nothing. I want to address them 4 exclamation points at the end of that sentence right there. You want to show up and defend them 4 exclamation points, American Indian by blood? That means you confident. Right? So come on, hop on with me right quick. And then you got one behind that say the charge was self-styled wisdom, 3 exclamation points. So you really need it. You back to back with it. You Drake. You back to back with it. So you definitely need to hop on here and get this Kendrick right quick. Nah, just kidding. But American Indian by blood. All jokes aside, though, you know, I'm just clowning. But yeah, hop on here and let's talk about those exclamation points and let's talk about what it means to be kicked out. What does kicked out mean? Right? If you're aware, you know, I don't know if you ever heard Minister Farrakhan speak on Mother Clara Muhammad, may Allah be pleased with her, which is the wife of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He told us that, you know, it's reported according to, you know, his understanding that Elijah Muhammad put his own wife out the mosque for expressing certain things that I'm not going to go into. He put his own son out the mosque several times. So what does kicked out by Malcolm himself mean? If Elijah Muhammad putting out his own wife and putting out his own sons or grandsons or whoever else, what does Clarence 13 was kicked out by Minister Malcolm himself mean? What does that mean? You want to hop on here with me? I already gave you too much from the cheat code. I gave you a way out right now, so Really, it ain't a way out. Really, it's a bear trap that you probably don't want to step in.
Oh man, yeah, man. With a name like American Indian, you know, you supposed to run up quick.
Yeah, you supposed to be brave. One of the braves of the army, right? You was brave enough to post that. You're supposed to be brave enough to stand on it.
Right.
But that's how we get, I guess, behind these keyboards. I don't know, man. It's taking a long time. I definitely wouldn't block American Indian by blood because I respect him and I remember a lot of his comments. So I don't think he know but he just think he got me. It's something about the followers, and this goes for being even inside the nation. This just the competitive spirit of nature or whatever that you want to be able to make a teacher or a top student tap out. You know what I'm saying? You feel like, cause I'm sparring and I'm challenging y'all. This is all sparring, so I inspire a lot of people to try to prove me wrong. They happy if they think they got me on something. You know what I'm saying? No, you wrong, such and such, such and such. And unfortunately for a lot of us, you don't realize that's the bear trap. You know what I'm saying? And we do it without even trying. The wise actually constantly lay bear traps without even realizing we laying them. And when I realize that you step in one, then that's whatever it is. How do I get in? Oh, bro, come on. I just put the link on. Here's the link. American Indian by Blood, right there. StreamYard link. Aqua Fresh or Aqua Freeze 193. Hey, Cam, love your music. Just curious, when you did Camnesia in 2001, did you get any pushback from people, like benefits? How did people feel about that video without all the jewels and Benzes? I didn't really have no jewels and Benzes. Yeah. Not if anything, the worst song that I think I ever did was the yeah, right there, that's it. Yeah, I used to do certain little experiments just to see, since I was in the devil's or Satan's industry. I used to do like a little experiments to see what the devil would push. If I said this, or if I made a song that sounded like I'm going in this direction, knowing that I was a F.O.I, would they try to push that? And they didn't. They knew I was they knew I was testing them. They knew so yes, it's a lot of different stuff that I did just as an experiment. And yeah, of course, people, especially in the mosque or whatever, would, felt a certain kind of way and this and that. But regardless of how we felt or feel, any baby language or anything that I do, I always take accountability for it. I take my time out, just like we saying, dude said American Indian saying such and such got kicked out. I take my 30 days, my 90 days, my 1 to 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So we know about punishment. We know about the history of the pioneers. We know about the history of Brother Jibril Muhammad, the archangel of Allah. You know what I'm saying? And how the father put him out the mosque and said some things, negative things about him in front of other people just to test them. He knew he really saved Farrakhan and Jibril from the hypocrites that was trying to unalive them and was planning to unalive them, especially right after he departed. Same way Elijah Muhammad was on the run from hypocrites as soon as Master Fard Muhammad departed. He was on the run for his life, I think, for 7 years, if I'm not mistaken. His own brother and hypocrites from his own family was trying to take his life because they was jealous or envious that Master Fard Muhammad chose him. Right? Because they didn't have that relationship with Master Fard Muhammad. He didn't tell them his secret wisdom and secret identity of being Allah and a 24 scientist and all of that. He didn't tell him his relationship, his identity. He only told that to one man, which was Elijah Muhammad. So when he left, and Elijah Muhammad started revealing that, they thought he was going crazy and changing the teaching and turning into a hypocrite and trying to make himself the leader and all of that. So they was trying to get rid of him. So anybody, I'm not saying that me doing some, baby language raps is equivalent with that, but there's certain tests that get conducted, just to see where people is at and what they're gonna do and what's really been hiding, in their heart. So yeah, whenever you run a certain type of trial or a test, then you're gonna see different results. You're gonna see what's hiding in people, especially if you disappoint them. If you disappoint them, then you're gonna see what they really think about you or what's really hiding in their heart for you or whatever. So, but whoever was thinking that, by Allah permission, didn't have the amount of converts that I had. They didn't have the kind of influence by Allah's permission that I had that brought people that helped raise the dead nation literally by the thousands or by the hundreds of thousands or by the millions. So you'd have to wait and see, was I really a hypocrite or not? Because my accomplishments already superseded the majority of the people in the nation as far as, attracting and bringing our people to the Lamb of God. So you just have to be mad and just have to be, harboring whatever you harboring in your heart until you see was I really going in that direction or not. But thank you, Aqua Fresh for the super chat and the question. You there, Madame?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, so life is warfare. Life is warfare, and there's a lot of tests and trials. Like Allah, if you're a Muslim, the Quran says, surely Allah will try you. We will constantly be tried. Surely we try once or twice every year severely. Yet we repent not, nor do we mind. Right? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said himself, even though he was taught by God in person, he said he tried everything he knew to break Farrakhan. Farrakhan was obeying him and submitting and doing all the work that he was doing, but he tried everything he knew, and he was taught by God. So he said, I tried everything I could to break Farrakhan, to test him, to put as much stress and pressure and unjust and unfair this and allow this to hit him and allow these people to get at him this way, but he would never break. The more I tried to break him, the more he ran to me in submission and obedience. And then he said, brother, I didn't make you. And he was like, yes, you did, dear Holy Apostle. Like, I didn't make you. Yes, you did. And he was like, he checked him. Who's the teacher here? Like, you are, dear Holy. Like, no, I didn't make you. Allah made you. I tried to break you. Not in evil, but I knew if I'm trying to build a new world and a new kingdom, that the foundational stone in the corner had to be made out of such material that it can withstand anything and everything, including death, including betrayal, including all of that, and would never crack and never crumble and never break. So that was grossly unfair, grossly unjust treatment that he had to endure, but he didn't know he was being prepared for the keys to be given to him. That's what Malcolm was going through, but Malcolm didn't understand it. Malcolm cracked. He took it the wrong way. He took it the way as an example of that he wasn't supposed to take it. Elijah Muhammad taught him better than he taught Farrakhan, sooner and quicker. But he didn't realize that the trials and the tests and all of that he was allowing to happen to Malcolm was a preparation and a test to see if he was, fit to take the keys of power or rulership. And unfortunately, he failed that test. So that's how real life really works. When you're being made into a god in the midst of hell and in the midst of the Satans that destroyed you for the last 4.5 centuries, what do you think the process is going to be? You think it's going to be peaches and cream and pleasure and all? No, it's going to be hell on top of unfair suffering, undeserved suffering, on top of betrayal, on top of heartache And on top of all of that, that's why the Bible say the Lamb was in terrible shape. He was in terrible condition when he got to the throne. And there appeared a lamb at the throne who appeared as though he had been slain from the foundation of the earth. He was so tore up and so weather beaten and so, lost everything. Every area of life he done took hella L's in, but still held on to his faith, still held on to his righteousness, held on to his Father. That's why all of the 24 scientists and the elders took off their crown crying, worthy is the Lamb, worthy is the Lamb to receive power and riches and honor and forever because of what he suffered for us. American Indian. You gotta turn the volume down in the back, or turn that other device off because it's gonna create a delay.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace.
So what was it? What you were saying that Malcolm put? Why did you put 4 exclamation points and then 3 exclamation points?
Yep, because the word came from the messenger through his ministers from city to city that if they found a bad apple to cast it out quick. That was the language that he used.
Cast it out quick for how long?
I don't know. I wasn't around back then, but from
are you in the mosque?
Yes, sir. And no, sir. I've been out of the country for a while, but my people were around prior to 75.
No, I'm not talking about your people. I'm talking about you.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So you're a registered F.O.I?
Yes, sir.
So you said that. So based on that, then tell me what the rules is. Let the people know if somebody is put out. What for what period? Why? Tell me what period they be put out for. What crimes? What crimes denote the periods of time that you get put out?
Depends on what you did.
Well, we know what he did. So according to what he did, what did he do?
Speaking out of term or making stuff up. That's self-style.
So you saying that according to your reports as a F.O.I, that you heard that Brother Clarence 13X was making stuff up?
Yeah, that's what self-style wisdom is making up stuff.
So what was he making up and what was he doing with it?
He read the supreme wisdom and drew his own conclusions.
Okay, so he got put out for how long?
I think it might have been 1 to 5 or something like that, and he just never came back.
Okay, then. So if he never came back, it wasn't because he was kicked out.
Well, he was stood down because you got to think about those times back then. You had agent provocateurs, you had devils on the outside. You had
what that got to do with the amount of time you get?
You had a lot of stuff going on back then. Some hell of a times.
Okay, so are you familiar with Ward Dean? The messenger's son being put out the mosque?
Yeah.
Okay, why he didn't stay put out?
His mother was trying to get him reinstated. So
you claiming that the messenger of God showed favoritism for his own son?
Not really.
Then what did you say that for?
His mom was the one that got him back in because she kept talking to the messenger, saying that he may have been a little tough on him.
So who's the ruler? Who's the ruler of the? Who's the leader of the NOI? Mother Claire Muhammad or Elijah Muhammad?
Sister Clara had Mother Clara had clout, but
clout what? Like, so she was a co-ruler of the nation. Like, so was she the co-messenger of Allah with Master Fard Muhammad's messenger?
No, sir. but she did have sway with the messenger. That's his wife.
So did he ever put her out the mosque?
Yes, sir.
So how did he have sway if he put her out the mosque? How does she have sway if he put her out the mosque?
Yeah, she might have spoke out of term as well.
No, listen to what I'm saying. If you claiming that she got sway with God's messenger to the fact that he's gonna overlook, he's gonna punish us, but he's not gonna punish his own son. Do you think that's a kind of a claim that you want to be making publicly?
Not really, because I'm not in that inner circle, so I can't really.
Well, why would you even speak on it?
Well, I know some people. My grandfather worked for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad for years.
What that means? So you believe in, you follow the Quran, right?
Yes, sir.
So how many witnesses are you supposed to have when you make a claim?
At least 2 or 3.
No, at least 4. Do you got 4 witnesses to your claim?
I probably do, but many of them has passed on.
That means you don't got no witnesses. What are you talking about?
Well, it's been a long time, bro. That's like before my time. I really can't.
Can I see your face?
Something like that.
Can I see your face like you can see mine?
Hold on. What do I hit here, man? Because I don't be getting on these things. What do I push here? You're in the... What do I push here?
You hit the little camera icon.
Let's see here.
Excuse me. Oh, I knew you was gonna do that. I knew he was gonna do that. Poor brother. Bless his heart. He left. Madame, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still in the house for sure.
Was that wrong of me?
No, not at all. I mean, in my humble opinion, I mean, he solidified that he was a member. So he spoke. So
no, he didn't solidify. He didn't show his face.
Well, yeah, Farsi said when you asked him the question, was he active or was he part of it? He said yeah. So I don't think he was wrong for you know what I'm saying, just.
I mean, for the record, maybe he hit the wrong button, thinking he was hitting the camera button, but he the one left. I didn't kick him out. He left. So that's what had happened. That's what had happened was Mac Nasty. But yeah, I just like I said, anybody, you got the exclamation marks. You put the 4 exclamation marks on my public live. Yeah, I didn't cuss the brother out. I didn't get loud or nothing, right? I just held him to his 4 exclamation points. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he felt the brother, to be real, I mean, he just fell short. Because when you asked him, how long, he said from 1 to 5, and then pretty much, and then he said after that he just pretty much just bailed out and said ain't coming back. So,
yeah, everybody else come back, right? Like if it's Muhammad Ali, I mean not Muhammad Ali. If it was Malcolm X, we got his letter on tape, his audio on tape asking to come back. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't willing to go public and clean up the public mess that he made. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad didn't take him back. Once you go clean up that mess, that public mess that you made, and go back in the public and clean that up, then, we could talk about you coming back. But he didn't ever do that. And in that window of time, that grace period that he didn't do it, he got took out. That's how serious this is.
I wanted to ask you something on that because I was going to ask you a question earlier. I remember years ago, I heard Dr. Khaled was talking. He was saying that I would ask you, is it true that Malcolm letters was getting intercepted? Is that true?
Yeah, they was getting intercepted by the FBI and Elijah, both ways. So if the messenger would write him back, they would intercept his letter. You know what I'm saying? But the messenger knew that the FBI was doing that, but that's part of the test. If I got to test my man that I plan on giving the keys to, I plan on he's going to inherit this nation when I go back to be with Master Akbar Muhammad. But he failed because instead of thinking better of his messenger, his teacher, the one that saved his life and made him great, brought him from obscurity, Detroit Red Little Pimp, to make him great, he started entertaining, wicked thoughts about his own teacher. He knew the FBI existed. You got videotape of the FBI coming to Malcolm's house, and he recorded them. So if you know it was going on like that, you also knew that they'd be intercepting your mail and forging letters and all of that. Like, he knew COINTELPRO existed. He knew J. Edgar Hoover, or about J. Edgar Hoover. So why wouldn't you think better of your own messenger, the divine God, the man of God that you said met God face to face? You raised up hundreds of thousands, millions of black people bearing witness that W.D. Farad was Allah and Elijah Muhammad is his messenger, and this enemy is the wicked arch deceiver. And you know what I'm saying? Why would you not think that the COINTELPRO or the devil was intercepting y'all letters?
Yeah, that's real, man. That's so real.
Khalif says, we all know this, yet they pushed the narrative that the messenger was kicking certain people out for malicious reasons. Right. Just the fact that you want to suggest that he's unfair, like he's a respecter of persons, he gonna get favoritism to his own son. No, if matter of fact, it's gonna be the opposite. I'm gonna chastise and make an example out of my own son and my own wife more than I'm gonna make an example out of the believers, just so you know that it's not no favoritism. But for the fact somebody said that they're a believer and gonna get on here and say just the opposite, then yeah, that's a poisonous, you dropping a poisonous seed, like, oh, it ain't really no justice in the nation because they're gonna favor their own. Like, oh, okay, well, you need to do your research. Because not only, if you go on YouTube right now, type in Elijah Muhammad and the hypocrites. He teaching about the curse of his own brother, the curse of his own son, and the curse of his own grandson. And he's saying, well, Allah don't allow you to allow us to kill them. They're gonna wish they was dead for what Allah gonna do to them. He talking about his own son and his own grandson. Why would you hop your ass on here talking about Mother Clara favoritism made him do some other stuff? Cold business out here. That's why you didn't show your face. That's why you've been out the country, young.
Oh man.
But like I said, if you go there publicly with me, then I'm gonna go there a little more publicly with you about you. You're talking about hearsay. Well, my people want your people. Where your people at? Where the 4 witnesses? Oh, they dead. Well, that comment should have been dead. That comment should never came off your fingertips or about your mouth, because your witnesses is dead. And unfortunately, since grace is over with, you saying the wrong thing, and we can be quickly with them. The only man left. This is how you join the live right here. Click this link where it says StreamYard.com. StreamYard.com. The only man left said, how do I join this live? That's how you join it. Hit the StreamYard link. I'm not going to be on here too much longer because I'm already at 2 hours. I ain't realized it's 2 hours that quick. But I'll wait for you, only man left. Rich Block 27, nasty work, right? He faded to he's faded. Oh man, bless his heart. Bless our heart. This is not the time to play with this. If you do not have receipts, if you just got hearsay and feelings, this is the safest thing to do to save your life today and not incur the curse of Allah, is to keep quiet. But you know, if it's disease in our heart, Allah gonna make us speak it out. He gonna make me trigger you. He gonna make somebody trigger you and say what was really in your heart. So this is the time for it all to come out anyway. So it's all good with me. So don't keep it in your heart. By all means, type it and speak it. let's get it all out in the open. Tavis, salute. Tavis Muhammad, happy Saviour's Day. Blessings to you and the fam. Only man left. It's 2 hours. I'm at 2 hours, so we waiting on you. It's already. But anyway, Madon, anything you want to speak on while we wait?
Yeah, I'm just laughing. Yeah, I'm just sitting back laughing at a lot of these brothers, man. I mean, the courage is good to jump up here, you know, and say what you got to say. But when you come up here stumbling and fumbling, man, you know what I mean? Like, it's a bad look, man. You know what I'm saying? I would just say, you know, brothers should be more wiser, be a little bit more wiser. You know what I mean, on things you don't really know. You know.
For those that's watching, based on, I mean, now that you said that, I just wanted to you reminded me. For those that's watching, the rules and the laws in the Nation of Islam, especially among the F.O.I, is we get put out. We either get silenced, meaning if we're a minister that we can't speak to the congregation or to the nation, or we can't speak publicly to the press or whatever. That's one form of punishment. Another form of punishment is we get put out, meaning excommunicated, put out from the circle of the mosque and the believers for a period of time. Because if you really love these teachings, you really love yourself, you really love your nation, that's excruciating. That's an excruciating whooping to have to be away from the believers. Trust me. I know, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us used to go crazy down there because we knew that's the most beautiful brotherhood, that's the most beautiful army and environment and the safest, you know what I'm saying? It's just, so if we did something that got us put out of that circle for whether it's, you know, 30 days or 90, 60 days or 90 days or 1 to 5, meaning 1 to 5 years, depending on what the violation was, a lot of us didn't survive that. We didn't live long enough. If we got 1 to 5, we didn't, you know, a lot of us didn't live long enough because we took it as just that. We knew that it was a curse. To be away from the people of God is a curse. That's the ultimate punishment. You know what I'm saying? But it's not nothing that nobody can't come back from. Because if you really are sincere and you really are remorseful or whatever, then you're going to spend your 1 to 5 making up for it. You're going to be studying, you're going to be fasting, you're going to be praying, you're going to be being an asset to your nation. It's just like you doing time. What are you going to do with the time if you're sitting behind bars, you sitting behind the walls or whatever? You're going to be just the same dummy that you was that when they got you to go to jail in the first place? But no, it's never designed to destroy and just throw our people out. It's designed to let you know you can be threw out, but you're going to throw yourself out. God didn't come to destroy you or to throw you in the trash. You threw yourself in the trash by playing or by violating. But don't nobody, it's not designed for nobody to just stay out. And it's certain crimes that you know, you know what I'm saying? But shit, take it, whatever Clarence 13 allegedly did, that didn't sound like no great crime. Like, you know what I'm saying? Same with Malcolm. Malcolm put the whole nation in jeopardy talking about Elijah Muhammad, but I ain't talking about that. I'm talking before that. That's some damn unforgivable stuff. But Elijah Muhammad is on tape saying that if Allah forgive him, I'll forgive him. Talking about Malcolm. After all of the foul, destructive stuff that he said, if Allah forgive him, I'll forgive him. You know what I'm saying? But based on what Clarence 13X did, according to what I understand, he didn't want to be there. He didn't want to be there. Can't blame that on somebody kicked him out. Malcolm kicked him out with 4 exclamation points because he was self-styled wisdom. Okay. He must have consciously kept rebelling. He didn't want to be there. He wanted to take the teachings and do his own self-style thing, whatever, but he left. He didn't get kicked out. He stayed out. He got punished just like we all get punished if we break up and violate the law. We get put out for a certain period of time based on what the violation is. And you come back. Rich Block 27, man, say that. Feel like you on platoon. Feel like you just, yeah, man. Feel like you lost in space. Feel like you lost in space. Jid Muhammad, he ain't want to stop gambling. I wasn't there. I don't know him. I wasn't present, whatever. So I'm not going to, repeat nothing. If you was there, if you got witnesses, I don't know. But I don't even do that. I don't know. I just know what the law of Islam in the F.O.I is. So nobody is being put out permanently. Nobody is getting kicked out. That ain't even the language we use. You know what I'm saying? You get put out, you get silenced, you get time out. And based on how you handle that time out, then you kick yourself out. But, people hopping on YouTube with exclamation points, not knowing what the hell they talking about they been out of the country and all that. Native American. All right now. What's more important? But yeah, I guess that's it. I guess what you call him ain't showing up. The only man left. So, Madon, I guess you got the last word, my brother. Call him Madon. Call him Madon.
Yeah, I'm still here, Cam. Hold on 1 second, Cam.
All right.
What you say what now?
Oh, okay. You doing it. domestic life. Man, if y'all don't mind, hit the like button, subscribe, share. Any questions, any comments, I will address them. But I just wanted to let y'all know how things really go from an authentic F.O.I veteran, fairly high profile F.O.I veteran. So
yeah, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. You was asking me something.
Yeah, no, I was just about to land the plane. I don't be wanting to leave the our people hanging. I would definitely love to give them more content and more to talk about. But if if they don't have no questions and nobody else wants to show up, then we can land this plane and by a lot of permission, inshallah, try to come back tomorrow and get it cracking.
No doubt, man. Well, it always been a good build. We could definitely land the plane, man. And I would just tell the people, just continue to believe in the God in you and stay steadfast. And if you're gonna chase anything, let it be truth and righteousness.
True. And believe in the God in you and connect the God in you with the supreme God in the person of Master Father Muhammad, Master Elijah Muhammad, and the Honorable Master Messiah Farrakhan Muhammad, because that's what we're doing. Oh, okay, there we go. Only man left. Man. All right. You did
Peace
that.
to the God.
Peace to the God.
What's the word, Lord?
Oh man, you got it. All peace, all love, respect, man. You
All
got the floor.
I mean, I don't really got, honestly, like I've been listening, right? For a little while with your can you hear me good?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. So I've been listening for a little while about your perspective with the Nation of Gods and all of that, Clarence, whatever. My thing is this, right? Okay. Why are we peeling off these old wounds and creating friction between the gods and the Nation of Islam? Doesn't make any sense to me. To me, it doesn't make any sense. I just don't understand. I don't understand it, to me personally, because I don't see a problem with God saying, yo, the black man is God. Yo, the white man is the devil. Yo, master your 120 or your supreme wisdom book. I don't see a problem with that. I don't see a problem with that. Yeah, Clarence, he got kicked out or whatever he did. You know, he was rebellious. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing, but we had rebels in the past, right? As an example, we had one. Actually, I'm gonna go through two rebels, and I'm gonna double back to Clarence, as you call Clarence, right? So we got two rebels. We got Shabazz, two Shabazzes. One tried to destroy the planet and get rid of everybody. The other Shabazz, which is the tribe of Shabazz, the god that made the tribe of Shabazz, right?
Right.
And his intention was different from Shabazz that tried to blow the moon, destroy the earth, which in turn made a moon. Shabazz wanted to make a people that was impenetrable, indestructible. So he had good intentions, but he was considered a rebel because he went against the council of gods, correct?
Right, right. And
Okay.
he didn't harm, he wasn't harming anybody, right?
Right. Okay, that's my point. Now
he wasn't, you know, stealing it from the circle, was he?
stealing what? Well, before we go there, that's a different topic.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of contextualizing my point, right? Clarence was a rebel, right? What was his intentions? Was it evil? Was he trying to destroy the black man? Was he trying to destroy the planet? Or was he trying to do anything harmful to the black nation? To me, no. I didn't see no evil intention with him taking the teachings from the messenger after being kicked out for whatever reasons, this, that, and the other, and bringing it to the youth
So
to fill a
the youth
void.
wasn't already getting it?
I'm not saying that. Just hear me out. To fill a void in his mind, he wanted to fill whatever he saw, he wanted to cover that void and give the teaching to the youth. Now we have the nation of gods and earths, right? So what is so evil about what he left behind? To me, I don't see anything evil about the nation of gods and earths or wicked about the nation of gods and earths. Like, so to me, to go on this whole campaign of like trying to bash the nation of gods, I don't have a problem with the nation of God. I love the nation of gods. Like a lot of my circle is gods. Like I build with the gods. I study their lessons. Their supreme lessons is damn near identical to the supreme wisdom book. Never discredit Master Farah Muhammad. Never discredited Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I'm talking about Clarence.
Never discredited them.
Clarence never disrespected or discredited.
No, let's listen. You said they never discredited him?
No, I'm talking about Clarence. Like, and if you did you ever read the Supreme Lessons?
Yeah.
You read the Supreme Lessons?
Yes.
Okay. Right or wrong, is it not damn near identical to the Supreme Wisdom book?
Does it give
not
credit?
all of their doctrine, not all of the doctrine. I'm talking about the Supreme Lessons.
Do they give credit to the author?
Yeah.
They do?
Isn't Master Farah Muhammad? I'm Master Farah Muhammad. What do you say? I came here by myself, this, that, and the other. The point that I'm saying is, God,
the author means the savior,
Okay, so let me ask you a question, right? What's worse? Teaching that the black man is God, or that a black Jesus or white Jesus from 2,000 years ago is God and he's a mystery and you should pray and you'll go to heaven? Which one is worse? Do we have more in common with Christian doctrine or the nation of gods and earth's doctrine?
Who in the nation taught that?
Excuse me?
Who in the nation taught that?
Taught what?
A Christianity or a mystery God? You said which one is worse?
Okay, let me double back real quick. Who do we have more in common with, and who's more of a brother on our side of having knowledge of self, knowing that the black man is God Is it the Christians who's a Baptist believing that 2,000 years ago Jesus is God, or the nation of gods and earths who actually memorizes the supreme wisdom book that they call the supreme lessons now? What's worse? That's my question. What's worse?
Well, that's a comparison that I would never even need to put together, because you have the authentic source. Why would you need to compare a spinoff to the Christianity?
I'm not talking about a spinoff. I'm not talking about no. The supreme lessons and the supreme wisdom book is damn near identical. From quoting the mathematics,
identical. If you
hold on.
Damn.
When it comes to actual facts,
Mm-hmm.
solar facts, and what the master quoted, who was the original man, and all of the 1 to 10, and all of the, it's the same. It's
the
ultimately
original rules of instruction a part of Brother Clarence 13X's the lessons that he gave? Why wasn't the original rules of instruction included?
Well, to be honest, at this point, whether it was included or not,
no, that's not my question. That's not my question.
No, I'm answering your question. I'm answering your question.
No, you said whether or not it was something. That's not the answer to that question.
No, I'm giving you an answer, God. It doesn't matter. What matters is what was.
Your somebody calling your
was
phone.
There any? Okay, well, let's establish one thing. Yes, okay. Let's establish one thing, right? So we know, because I'm in the Nation of Islam myself. I'm Nation of Islam. Let me qualify who I am. I'm Nation of Islam. I build with gods. I love the nation of gods and earths. I have no problem with them. My only problem is when we have people like yourself, as an example, that pinpoints things wrong, and it creates this division that shouldn't be there. Because to me, we're one family. We're brothers, right?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Do you say you're a member of the nation? You're a registered member
yeah,
of the nation?
Yeah, I've been in the Nation of Islam all my life.
No, I said you're a registered member of the nation. You wrote your Savior's letter and recited and all that?
Yeah, don't ask me to quote it, brother.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm just saying, are you a registered member of the nation?
I'm in the Nation of Islam, yes, sir.
So, do you pray?
Of course.
I don't know. I don't know you. Who do you pray to?
I'm in the Nation of Islam. We all pray.
If you know what I'm saying? No, be specific, brother. Who do you pray to? To
Allah. See, okay, and I'm glad you brought that up, right? Because in the nation,
hold on. I didn't hear you. It's a delay. Unfortunately, it's like a 5-second delay or something like that. So let's just kind of talk slow. So your phone cut off. So who do you pray to?
To Allah.
Allah who? Allah in the person of who?
Master Akbar Muhammad.
So you believe that Master Akbar Muhammad is alive physically?
100%. But what I was gonna say is, God, listen, right? Check this out, because I'm trying to get to a point where, like, there's things that the nation of gods and earths, okay, the nation of gods and earths and the nation of Islam, there's things that we can learn from one another. Now, we know in the nation of Islam that our foundation was established by the true and living God. Like, we know that, right? So some gods in a nation of gods and earths have a discrepancy to some gods, where they acknowledge themselves as being Allah. See what I'm saying? Which can be, huh?
Well, they say that Brother Clarence 13X is Allah.
No, sir. What
do you mean, no, sir?
His name.
I just talked to them, 2 or 3 of them last night.
I watched that, and I was actually building with my brother about that. And I'm like, yo, who the hell is these guys? Because the guys that I built with when I was in New York and Harlem, and I used to go there and talk to so many different, brothers, Hebrews and the Israelites and all that. I don't know no God that worships Clarence 13X as Allah in person, like the way we give praise to Master Muhammad as Allah. I don't know no God that does that, aside from when I watch talking to the God the other day, that say he prayed to. I'm like, yo, he bugging. He bugging. That's not right and exact. I'm not gonna lie to you. And again, I love the nation of gods and earths, and I don't know no God that worships Clarence 13 or Father Allah as the supreme being. I don't. I never heard that before. Never heard that before. But the whole point of me getting on this whole thing to have a conversation with you is because I've been going back and forth with my cousin about this whole thing, and he was just like, he's been watching you. I've been watching you for the past few days. Going a rampage on the gods and all of that. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense to me. G, like,
hold on.
Yo,
let me stop you. Let me stop you. First of all, because I keep hearing you saying bash and rampage and stuff like that, right? Is that really what I'm doing?
To me, yes. Is to me, okay. I'll take back the word rampage. I'll say that you've been peeling open old wounds that the minister sealed himself and made peace with the nation.
Wounds.
Excuse me?
Do you believe that the minister is the Messiah?
Yes, sir.
So the Jesus said, "Don't think that I came to bring peace. I came to bring division." Like, what do you think the time it is? You think it's you saying old wounds? So if you saying that Brother Clarence 13X rebelled against the Honorable Elijah Muhammad or against the lessons, and he produced fruit that's still still holding that position, right? And I'm asking you, why wasn't the original rules of instruction, why wasn't the proper instruction of the lessons given to the 5% or the 120 or whatever, you know what I'm saying, when that's telling you how to use them, how to view them? And if the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said you don't give a baby meat, why are you giving them meat?
Yeah, I mean, hey.
So that's that's not a rampage against him and against us. That's not bashing us.
Bashing. I'm sorry, I keep getting calls. So you're saying him kicking what he kicked and creating the nation of gods and earths is a rampage against the nation of Islam?
I didn't say kicking nothing and nothing. I didn't use no slang words. I use specific examples. You know what I'm saying? I just gave you specific examples.
Okay. I see where we're going with this. Okay. See, what you're doing is you're okay. This is a better way to put it. This is a much better way to put it. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, from Master Prophet Muhammad, gave us exactly what was necessary. He gave us a perfect system and a perfect, I don't like the word religion, but religion. Let's just go with that, right?
No religion. Islam is not religion.
I mean, but you would, all right, whatever. Okay. Whatever.
Stop. No. That's why I posted up this right here. Don't go nowhere. Let me let you watch it, because you seem to keep referring to 1934 lessons, right? And y'all want to stay there. When the man that answered the 1934 lessons kept teaching in our face for the next 40 years straight, right? Why would we hold on to some 1934 lessons when the man that answered them and explaining them and cracking them open and bringing out the full wisdom of them in your face, which turned him into a god in our face? Why would we hold on to that and ignore him in the flesh?
No, you don't do that.
Well, that's what they
do. You don't do
that. They're not acknowledging Elijah Muhammad. They're acknowledging.
Hey yo, son, yo, God, like, look. Yo, listen, I'm not gonna argue that point. At the end of the day, I look at it like this. Some people have to take time to grow and elevate to grasp the wisdom in the way that you see it. I'm talking about you personally. Some people need time to grow into the wisdom or to the knowledge of themselves to know and understand that Master Prophet Muhammad is the supreme being. Some gods don't know that. Some gods do. I know gods that acknowledge Master Prophet Muhammad as being the Allah person, as being the supreme being. I know gods that pray. I know gods that don't pray.
So
see what I'm saying? So
so if we got the final call to Islam, right, the very first newspaper that we went door to door, we going door to door. So for people say that you know he wasn't in the streets and then gave it to the youth in the streets, no, we was going to your house. We was going door to door, and we in the streets, right?
Okay, but
So,
that's
no,
not
I'm still making a point. But we going to your house, to your face, to where you rest at with the final call. It's called the final call, meaning it don't last forever. So I don't care how long it might take you to acknowledge this or that. You only got a certain limit of time. So if you if you hear it and you just say I ain't ready to do that, that's not our problem. Right? Because you was familiar with the characters, you're familiar with the information, and you got his lessons, and you still say, "Nah, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go look into that whenever I feel like." That's not our problem.
Okay, you done? Hold on. Can you hear me good?
Yes.
Can you hear me? All right, let me turn my headphones just died on me. Part of my voice, so got a little chest cold. All right, so okay, that being said, let me piggyback off of you. So that being said, so to you, it makes sense for you to be for us to have this dialogue and use this wisdom that we have from the master himself and the messenger himself to, I guess, you may not accept this, but to belittle the gods, because to me, from what I'm hearing over the course of time, the past few days, it sounds like you're belittling. Okay, you know how okay, you know how you have a big brother and a little brother as an example, and I hate to use that example, but it's a good analogy to me. And the big brother is a little stronger, he's bigger, he's older. His little brother coming up, he's trying to get big and strong, but at the moment they're not equal in strength, right? So doesn't it make more sense to like help your little brother out versus like condemning him? Because for me, what I'm hearing is a lot of condemnation coming from people in the nation, coming from yourself, coming from my cousin who I always argue with about the gods, because he always think, yo, you're nation of gods and earths. No, I'm not, dog. I'm nation of Islam. I build with gods and I love the nation. I was born and raised in the nation of Islam. But I can't sit here and accept any condemnation. It's not cool to me, because to me they do good.
Why are you using words like that? Do you know the definition of condemn?
Hold on, man. I really can't hear that good. Say it again.
Why do you keep using these words, these accusation words like bash and condemn?
All right, so let's get past that.
No,
so let me ask you a question.
Matter. No, sir. Words matter. Tell me the definition of condemn. Condemn. Who have I condemned?
Okay. Well, if you're saying Father Allah was just this horrible guy and he took the teachings, he stole the teachings.
What's horrible guy? Just like don't give me emotional words. Give me what he did. You said
no.
Right?
I'm okay. Let me ask you a question, right? What is okay? We know Father Allah he was a rebel. Okay. Let's get off of him for a second. Let's talk about the nation of gods and earths as it exists right now. What are they doing so bad that we have to have this conversation and cause this division between the nation of gods and earths and the nation of Islam when we both have the same? Excuse me?
There's already a division. I'm not causing nothing, and I don't deal with the fruits and the leaves. I deal with the root. I deal with the leader, right? So if you know about Islam, we fight the leaders of disbelief, right? So if they're carrying his idea, and if the idea is faulty or wrong, or if I have to issue with that, I'm asking you about what the leader did. I don't have necessarily no problem with, my brothers that is students of that. We seeing is the curriculum, is the leader, is the so-called author faulty or not? You called him a rebel. You saying that all rebellion ain't bad, but depending on what you rebelling against and who you rebelling against, right?
Okay, so he's a rebel, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So he's a rebel. And he's a rebel because
you that's a question?
yeah, I want you to say it so I can
He's a
come
rebel
again?
He's a rebel against the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Okay, so
and Master Fard Muhammad.
Okay, so he's a rebel against them. Okay, in a negative sense, in an evil sense, or was he an evil rebel, or was he just a rebel? There's differences.
Well, according to the brothers that I heard from, he said that he omitted parts of the lessons because it was not the best part. So he was qualified to tell us, Elijah Muhammad's people, what the best part of his Savior's teaching was.
I've never heard that before. That's news to me.
Well, you just
all I know is when I build with the gods, it's always a good build.
Well,
they kicking this.
That's why I asked you, but you went somewhere else. Well, I asked you, why was the original rules of instruction and other stuff omitted from the lessons?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I can't. I'm not.
Well, okay then. Well, how you gonna be upset with me when you can't even answer that?
I'm not upset with you about anything. I'm just saying, like,
you said I'm saying somebody is horrible. You said I'm condemning. What are you talking about? You ain't upset. What is that?
Okay, because the whole the reason I'm saying, like, it sounds like condemnation because the way it's being contextualized about Father Allah or Clarence 13X being rebellious and consistently. Excuse me?
You just agreed he was rebellious.
I did what?
You agreed. You said he was rebellious also.
No, I'm not disagreeing with any. Listen, if he was kicked out the mosque for a specific reason, that's being a rebel. But I brought up a reason. I brought up two rebels named Shabazz.
Let's talk about them.
I said one rebel tried to destroy the planet. That was an evil intention. He was a rebel. The other rebel had a good intention.
Hold on. Was his original intention evil?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Was his original intention evil? What led
him
to the one we talking, the one you just gave the example about that tried to destroy the earth?
His intention was evil, God. He tried to.
That was not.
I'm sorry,
evil.
G. Like my headphones is dead, so it's like I can barely hear you. So if you allow me to say this,
that was not his original intention. His original intention was to try to make a people all the same all the way around and speak the same dialect. That was his original intention. Was that evil?
I'm not talking about the original intention. That's different. I'm talking about his intention.
You just said that.
No, I didn't say that. You said that. I said his intention after he couldn't accomplish what his goal was, which was a good intention. I'm gonna piggyback off of that. That was a good intention.
That was my point.
Hold on, God. But he went elsewhere and he had another intention because of a failed initial intention. So he went to plan B. Plan B intention was to destroy the planet. So that was the evil intention. Now, Shabazz, the second Shabazz 50,000 years ago that made us, nappy hair, big nose, big lips, he didn't have evil intention. He had the intention to make a perfect, impenetrable, indestructible people. That was not evil, but he was a rebel in a sense where the other gods didn't agree with his method of going to do that. But it wasn't an evil intention. Now, Father Allah.
What about Yaqub?
Excuse me?
What about Yaqub? And he was a rebel. Was his intention evil?
Okay, hold on. Before we get to Yaqub, because I do want to talk about that. Father Allah, tribe of Shabazz, had an intention to make an impenetrable people. That was not evil. It was rebellious of him because he was told by the other gods, including the supreme being, no, don't do that. Father Allah was rebellious because of the way he taught about Allah, and he was kicked out the mosque, correct? Kicked out the mosque, and then he took it to the streets and did what he did with it. But to me, he still had the love for Master Akbar Muhammad, the love for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, to still kick the doctrine the same way in the Supreme Wisdom book, kicked the same thing. He didn't bash. Hold on. He didn't bash the messenger. He didn't bash the master like Wallace did. Wallace D. Muhammad. He shut down a nation himself, like Malcolm did. He went in on assault against the messenger, like Khalid Muhammad did. He said Master Farah Muhammad's mother was a devil. So his father Allah didn't do none of that. He didn't do none of that. So to say he's a rebel, like he's this evil rebel, it's like I don't agree with that. And I'm a fast forward. I'm sorry I'm being a little long-winded. So if you look at the nation that he left behind, the nation of gods and earths, they was actually, the nation of gods and earths, actually very instrumental in pushing Black consciousness and the knowledge of self and the knowledge of the Black man being God in hip hop, as well as helping rebuild the nation of Islam. I don't got a problem with that. I don't see how anybody got a problem with that. Okay, Father Allah had his flaws. He was a gambler. He did whatever. He couldn't stop smoking weed, whatever. Okay, whatever. He had his flaws, whatever. Cool. But at the end of the day, he still left behind a group of people that is like popping. They made knowledge of self and the Black man being God. They assisted in that being cool. I don't got a problem with that. I don't see why you got a problem with that. It's like, why keep hawking on Father Allah's mistakes and flaws and being kicked out just to kind of diminish the credibility of the nation of God? Like, what are we doing here? Like, these is our brothers. Like, they're not preaching that Jesus is 2,000 years ago is our God. They're not preaching the mystery God. They talking about the Black man is God. I don't got a problem with that. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think you should have a problem with that either, to be honest. So that's why I said it's kind of awkward to me that you've been on this kind of like 5-day run, 4 or 5 day run on the Clarence 13. He's this and that and the guys or whatever. It's like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing here? Like, these is our brothers, man. Like, we kick the same doctrine for the most part. Yes, he put his little spin on it. He added the alphabet. He added the alphabet. He added the some other thing, kind of like how we got our in the nation we have our guidelines. What's it called? Excuse me. We have a few things, but anyway, ultimately the core essence of his teachings is the same as ours. I don't got a problem with that. To me, I don't got a problem with that. You may get a problem with it, but I don't got a problem with it, and that's what I'm saying. So to me, it's like I don't want to keep this division going between us. I don't want to keep putting down Father Allah and pinpointing, highlighting his flaws. Like, the minister don't do that. The minister doesn't highlight Malcolm's flaws, Wallace's flaws, or Khalid's flaws. He highlights their good. So we got to follow. If we're going to be in the nation of Islam and be like the minister, that's being like Jesus. So why not talk about the good that Father Allah and the nation of gods and earth has done versus highlighting the bad that this man been dead for 50 years. What are we talking about? He's been dead for 50 years. Like what are we doing? What did he leave behind? Are they doing evil? Are they screwing up the Black community? Are they fucking up the Black man's mind? Or are they teaching that the Black man is God? You know how many people join the nation of Islam because of the nation of gods and earths? A lot. My mother included, to be honest. So it's like, I don't want to sit here and keep going back and forth. We a family, guy. We family. So let's get off of Father Allah and dissing him and making him seem like no one ever said he was a supreme being in the nation of gods and earth. Nobody.
Why do you keep accusing me of dissing? What does dissing mean?
All right, G, like, come on, guy. Like, you know what it is. Like, discrediting.
I don't know what it is.
All right, discrediting, disrespecting, or highlighting flaws, contextualizing.
How am I disrespecting them? What if I said that was a lie?
It's not about a lie. It's not about a lie. Like for example, right? We could talk about all of the good that Malcolm did, or we could talk about how bad Malcolm was when he went on the assault against.
Heard me talk about Malcolm?
I'm not talking about you talking about Malcolm. I'm talking about Malcolm.
All right, now it's time for you to let me talk now.
All right.
You willing to do that? Have you heard me speak and post about Malcolm on my channels? Yes or no?
I can't recall. I'll say no. I'll say no.
Well, I got way more content and history of going way harder on Malcolm than and Ward Dean and Christians and everybody than I ever have done on 5%ers. Right?
That's beautiful. Well, I can't say that that's good. I mean, that's good that you get balance, but I can't say that that's good.
You can't, like,
because that okay, that's not what the minister does. Like, we don't do that in the nation.
I'm not the minister. I'm somebody else.
Yeah, clearly. But that's not the point. You got a platform and you got a voice, right?
You dealing with me. You're not dealing with the minister.
Yeah, but let's be, the minister's our example, God. Like, we rock the way he rock. We follow the way he followed. We don't do
like you talk. The minister don't talk like you talk or look like you look.
Is the minister not your example?
I said you. You talking about we?
No, like, no. Is the minister not our example?
The minister is my example. I'm not him.
No, the minister is our example. So that's why I'm not on here bashing. Hey, look, check this out, right, God? Check this out, right? Let me say this, right? Check this out. I could say a lot of things about the nation of gods and earths in my perspective and building and studying with them, that I can say that I can see that this needs to be slightly corrected in this aspect. That can be slightly corrected, or that can be, you know, sharpened up. Not really corrected, but sharpened up. Let's say sharpened up. But nonetheless, I believe that both nations, the nation of gods and earths and the nation of Islam, we both can learn from one another versus being on here and talking about discrepancies and how bad the father was or the things he did wrong.
That's not what I do. So I don't know.
That's exactly what I've been watching, God. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Now what? Now what do we do?
Now we move forward and talk about commonality. Let's talk about how we can rebuild the Black community. Let's talk about how we can have.
I already do that. So you can open your own channel up and do that. I do what
I'm gonna do that, baby. Don't worry about that. But nonetheless, I'm on your platform and I respect you, God. Don't get it twisted. I got respect for you. I love you. But at the end of the day, it's like I'm gonna speak my piece and keep it 100 with you, because I don't appreciate the divisiveness. You may not try to be divisive. You may be on some I want to clear the air kind of thing, but it's like it's still like a divisive thing in a sense where it's separating.
I'm here to divide.
Excuse me?
I'm here to divide. I'm here to do what the Jesus said. Think not that I came to bring peace. I came to bring division and a sword.
Nah, you do that with the devil. You do that with the devil. You don't do that with gods.
I'm doing that with the gods, the so-called
Nah,
gods.
You do that with, you can't.
Then I'm doing it. So now what?
Yo, God, listen, check this out, right? Do that with Satan. Do that with people who preach the mystery God. Don't do that with the gods who teach the Black man is God and teach that Master Akbar Muhammad
at the house, bro.
Excuse me?
Judgment starts at the house of God. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but that's from God himself. That ain't from Cam. That ain't from Cam, and that ain't from the only man left. That ain't from you or me.
Well, I'm continuing to do it. So now what do we do?
Now what do is we correct our ways. We move forward. We talk about the commonality between the nation of gods and earths and the nation of Islam, the things we got in common, the things that we love, which is the supreme wisdom that Master Akbar Muhammad brought. They kick the same wisdom and they memorize it. What's the problem with that? They memorize that shit. How's that a problem?
Why is it shit?
Excuse me?
Why is it shit?
Don't do that, though. Why are you doing that? Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm not a dog. I'm a dog.
Don't do that, God. Come on. Come on. Don't do that,
what do you
God.
mean, don't be.
Hey, look, check this out, right? Look, my thing is like, listen, my thing is this, right? I love the nation of gods and earths. I love the nation of Islam. I am the nation of Islam. I appreciate the way that God's build as far as self-accountability, being God yourself. That's beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that. Being God yourself is nothing wrong with that. Now, there is a thing where some gods, well, a lot of gods actually, they just don't pray. That's something that some gods got to learn or grow into, where you and I, as members of the nation of Islam, we have no problem praying. Some gods don't. That's, hey, yo, what would you want? I'm not gonna judge or condemn them. I'm be like, yo, God, yo, hey, do your thing, baby. Do your thing. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to go on no platform and bash these brothers, especially when they kicking that the black man is God and there is no mystery God, and they're kicking all of the wisdom that Master Farah Muhammad kicked
in
the Supreme Wisdom Book. Say it again.
Can you do something with me? Can you accept a certain challenge with me right now?
A challenge?
Yeah, since me and you believe in the same God, right? We pray to the same God, right?
Yeah, let me hear that.
Let's me and you, since we disagree so vehemently, let's me and you do a public challenge that we both invoke the curse of Allah, the curse of Master Farah Muhammad, on which one of us is in error. I want
the
Master,
curse?
Yeah, the curse. It could be whatever the curse is, because if I'm causing this much harm, then I need to be chastised. That's what I think.
No.
No, you can't tell me what to think. This is what I think. Are you willing to do that with me?
Okay, what are we doing again? I don't understand.
So you claim that we both in a nation, we both pray to the same God. Let's both of us pray to Master Farah Muhammad to chastise and publicly, prove, curse or humiliate which one of us is in the wrong right now. Me and you on this position, because I'm bashing, and I'm doing all the terrible stuff that you say I'm doing.
So you want to pray to so you want to pray to Master Farah Muhammad right now to chastise one of us?
Which one of us is in error? Because you accusing me of condemning and bashing and all this type of stuff. That's terrible, right?
No, yeah, I said contextually. Hold on, contextually, it is condemning, and to be honest,
be condemned. Shouldn't me or you should be condemned. If you accusing me of something like that and it's false, you should be condemned, right?
I don't agree. I don't get that. I don't get that. I don't get that logic. That logic doesn't make sense to me.
Well, you familiar with the Bible? You familiar with the Baal prophets of Elijah? We children of Elijah. So Elijah calls showdowns when it comes to stuff like this. You want to do this showdown publicly?
I guess I don't even know where you're going with this. I don't know where you're trying to.
This is how we prove it.
I don't know where you're going with this. I don't know where you're going with this guy. All I'm saying is my standpoint is simple. You're making this more complex than what it is. All I'm saying is
more simple than what.
You're making it more complex, because I'm saying is like, let the man rest in peace. Like, what the hell? Why are we still talking about this dude? Let the man rest in peace. What did he leave? Excuse me?
Because I choose to.
You choose to still keep beating a dead horse?
Whatever you call it. So that's why
you still choose to.
You need to do this. Don't worry about. Let the 5%ers see me get chastised by our God, me or you.
First of all, it's not, for one, you're going extreme with it. I don't want you to get chastised for nothing. All I'm saying is I'm talking to you like a brother. Like, all I want my brother to do is just respect the gods and respect. The God. Listen, like the brother said the other day. He was like, yo. I thought we was brothers. The Nation of Islam, Nation of God. I thought we was brothers. And I'm like, ding, 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 ding. Yes, we're brothers. Why are we highlighting any fault or flaw of their father? Yo, these people, these guys revere. They love him. A lot of these guys have been introduced to the Nation of Islam. They was introduced to knowledge of self through Clarence, through the Nation of Gods and Earth, not through the Nation of Islam. I don't have a problem with that. However they get their knowledge of self, I don't got a problem with that. You got a problem with that, clearly, because you keep harking on Clarence and Father Allah, and it's like, to me, it's like, yo, dog, it's not that serious. Like, these guys they get a knowledge of self, and then a lot of them come into the nation anyway. So it's like, yo, why are you dissing these brothers? Why you dissing their leader? Like, yo, they love this man. That's why they call him father. What's the problem with that? I don't got a problem with that. To me, Master Farah Muhammad is the supreme being. To me, Most Elijah Muhammad is the Mahdi Messiah to me, and so is the minister, the Messiah to me, right? Some gods don't believe that. Hey, you don't got to, baby. You kicking the wisdom that the black man is God. You kicking knowledge of self. Perfect. You're mastering your 120. A lot of brothers in the nation don't know they're one.
What I'm saying, then, if they cool, why? I said, if they cool to do that, why are you worried about what I'm saying?
What you saying about what? Trying to do a
whatever you
trying to
claim
do
I'm
what?
doing, if it's cool for them to do just whatever they doing and it's okay, why is what I'm doing not okay with you?
Because okay, like I said before, G, it's real simple. My only gripe with you, and it's no disrespect to anything you've done as a body of work, and again, I respect you as a God, as a man, but when it comes to Nation of Gods, it's like I think you're going a little too hard on gods that's kicking the same wisdom for the most part that we are kicking. They're not kicking mystery God. They're not kicking Jesus, white Jesus 2,000 years ago as God. They're kicking the black man as God. What's the problem with that? That's crazy to me that you are creating this division and the separation and pinpointing little things and flaws that's wrong. I'm not cool with that. And part of self, God, I'm on 1% battery and I would gladly hop back on. But yeah, I'm not cool with that. So at the end of the day, G, like, listen, we can't be too arrogant. We got to be like the minister. We got to be humble. We got to be forgiving, be loving, and respect the gods. Yo, they was instrumental in helping the second resurrection pop off. They was instrumental in that. They was instrumental in conscious hip hop. That's, you know, Rakim, Wu-Tang, Brand Nubian, Big Daddy Kane. Like these dudes is directly influenced by the Nation of Gods and Earths, which is an indirect influence from the Nation of Islam through Master Akbar Muhammad and almost Elijah Muhammad. To me, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. I have no problem with that. You got a problem with it. I ain't got a problem with it. That's all I'm saying. See what I'm saying? And to me, it's like this is it's a redundant, unnecessary. Oh,
Damn, what happened? I don't know what that was. I guess the battery died or something. I thought I was landing the plane. I guess we still here, Madame. So what's your thoughts on that? Anybody want to speak on that?
Yeah, I mean, I can hear the brother was passionate about, you know, his opinion and how he felt, you know what I mean? And which he entitled to, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I think, you know, the way you constructing how the situation transpired, you know, I think the truth has to be out there. And I don't think that's dissing or causing division. It's just pointing out the truth for truth's sake.
Yeah, if any so-called division or wounds is going to be mended or healed, is going to have to be addressed. The roots or the leaders of it has to be addressed. So the fact that, you know, instead of addressing that, you want to get emotional and call me all kind of names. I'm just gonna cut straight to the chase. Let's invoke the curse of Allah, especially if you claim that you with the same Allah that I'm with. I don't want to hear nothing else, but I accept that challenge, and let's wait for our Allah in the person of Master Akbar Muhammad to curse or kill whichever one of us is doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because if we're that diametrically opposed, you know what I'm saying, then one of us is the problem. One of us is the real problem. You saying I'm the problem. I ain't really saying you the problem, but since you're saying that I'm the problem, then I must be that much of a problem. So let's pray that Allah gets rid of the real, which one of us is the most problem. Since we talking about getting rid of and kicking out and this and that, let's pray to Allah that he kicks us out of commission. Which one of us is the real problem? That's not extreme. We can just keep on doing that. I'm not saying we can't talk and you the enemy or nothing like that. I'm not screaming. I'm not cussing. I'm not calling you dog. I'm not calling and teaching shit. I'm like, damn, and I'm listening. But I guess my listening is too irritating. My listening is too cocky. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what to tell you. Shit. Excuse me for that shit.
Yeah, but I mean, understand the brother's point about how, you know, the teachings was out and the teachings influenced different rappers and stuff like that. But at the same time, the truth is the truth. So my thing is certain things got to be hashed out just for truth's sake. And that part of
Right.
history inspired to me, it got to be talked about. We just can't sweep it under the rug and just let it be forgotten.
Right, and why can you be that passionate about yours and I can't be passionate about mine, even though I'm nowhere near as passionate or, you know, loud talking or whatever, but I definitely can get passionate. But when I do it, it's bashing. When I do it, it's hating. When I do it, is, you know, all those terrible words. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, I'm not trying to get physical with nobody. Let's get spiritual with it. Since this is God business, let's just give it to Allah. Let's have Allah. Let's ask Allah to whoop our ass. Let's ask Allah to do whatever the consequences should be. If I'm really guilty of that, what should the consequences be? Because I don't plan on stopping. Only one gonna stop me is Allah. And you don't plan on stopping. You think what your representation is the correct. So let's pray that Allah stops us. Pray Allah stops which one need to stop. That makes sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, if we talk about with God, then God this and God that, why not?
Man, salute Elijah Abdullah. Thank you for the Cash App. I got the Cash App, Elijah Abdullah and Ralph, Big Ralph Worley. Man, thank y'all, man, keeping the lights on over here. Hotel 7, Motel 7. You know, I'm just trying to let me know, man. Let me know, am I condemning? Am I condemning? Am I bashing? If I'm holding somebody up to their actions and their words, is that bashing, condemning, ripping, hating, bullying, whatever? You know, let me know, man, because I'm kind of confused at this point. I wasn't raised up with all these emotional words, especially coming from men. I just ain't from that. I don't understand it too much. But I try to be calmer today than I ever was. And, you know, because yesterday with the youngsters, you know, I literally apologized. You know, but now my bro, you know, saying that he's a member of the nation, and I never seen no F.O.Is looking like that or talking like that or defending that. So that's, you know.
Yeah,
Black
man.
Symphony Beats registered members wear chin straps and beards. Right. Right. Registered members wear chin straps and beards. He claimed to be with the nation for a long time, but his energy and appearance isn't consistent with the consistency I've seen. That's why he was scared. Man, I'm just trying to show and prove. I'm just trying to show and prove. CMC technique is class. I mean, all praise is due to Allah. Hopefully this is educational, informative, is of value to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to show you how, when it comes to religious debates, whether you're dealing with Christians, Muslims, Hebrews, whatever, like let's go God. Let's go God. Let's go hard on God or go home. You call for a showdown. You call for the God to curse or to kill which one of us, and he'll do it. I promise you he'll do it. The God is going to curse immediately, especially now that we're at the end of grace. And the Quran said they'll never invoke death because they know the dirt that's on their hands. They'll never do it. It don't mean ain't no dirt on my hands. I just believe that you got more dirt on your hands than I got on mine. So since you quick to jump out there and tell me how dirty and wrong I am, then I'm quick to hit you with that challenge and that showdown because I know you ain't going to accept it. And I'm not playing. I got to accept it. I'm not going to do that with somebody that I actually think is righteous. Because if you're really righteous, you're not going to get at me a certain kind of way. But the fact that you want to get at me this way, then okay, you definitely a candidate. Anybody get at me like that is a candidate. And you might be right. I'm just willing to go there. I'm just willing to let your God and my God take me out. Publicly humiliate me, because he ain't just going to take me out. He gonna Diddy me. You know what I'm saying? He gonna R. Kelly you. He gonna, you know, he gonna humiliate me publicly first and make me wish I was dead. That's what you do. So, excuse me, BL Senior, truth hurts, but we shall heal. We can't be taught by feelings or emotions. The time is now. We are out of time. Yeah, the grace time is over with. The grace time is over with.
Yeah, man. I think I don't think you was bashing. I think you were just setting the record straight. And I think, sometimes when you set the record straight, it's gonna be a lot of things said that's gonna trigger certain people in a certain way. So I think no, it wasn't bashing. I think you was setting the record straight for truth's sake. You know what I'm saying? If we got the nation of God, the earth, we got the nation of Islam, to me, and we had this history between them both. Hey, let's set the record straight.
Right. I'm more afraid of Elijah Muhammad. I'm not afraid of brother. I'm not afraid of no 5%er, no F.O.I, no Hebrew Israelite, no Christian, no Moors, no Mayat, no nothing. I'm terrified of Elijah Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather all y'all combined be mad and upset with me other than the God that I represent, which is Elijah Muhammad. So there's no way you can frighten me. There's no way that you can convince me to shut up or tone it down. That's gonna make me go harder on you, because I'm defending Elijah Muhammad. I'm defending my God, right? So that, you're just gonna make it worse on yourself. So like I said, I'm trying to please him. So I think I'm pleasing to him by being a zealot or a warrior or whatever, especially when it's time, especially when the grace time is over with. I want to go on record. I want to go down in history. So my children, my wife, my children, my descendants that come behind me is proud to have this DNA. My daddy did this. He said F entertainment, F money, F friendship, F so-called approval of other communities. Yeah, I'm just on that page. So it's best to just, observe or whatever. If you want, if it bothers you so much, take this showdown. Take this showdown fade. Let's take this curse fade. I'm not talking about do nothing physical to you. I don't want you to try to do nothing physical to me. I don't want that. Let's leave it on the spiritual. Let the God do it, whoever the real God is. Because I'm just gonna get worse. It's just gonna get worse because grace is over with. And as I see pictures and more pictures of my Messiah burnt all the way out, old in a wheelchair because he gave his life for us, I don't care how you feel. I don't care how none of y'all feel. But I'm not bashing nobody. Who am I lying on? Opening new wounds? What are you talking about? No, that's how you heal wounds. You got to take the stuff off. You dealing with gangrene or something. No, you got to break it back open. But it don't feel good. You don't want to do that because you're trying to impress somebody. I'm trying to impress Elijah. I'm trying to please Elijah. I got to return to the God. So that's my position.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. That's 100. But I think if we're gonna be real with ourselves, man, to me, in my opinion, we'll bear witnessing to the uprooting of falsehood, false doctrines, false narrative. I mean, we see it. I mean, I see it all across the spectrum, whether it comes from Donald Trump, whether it comes from whoever and whatever. I see the uprooting of all false narratives and falsehoods and all that, man. I think it's a wonderful time for it to be kicking off.
Yeah, I would just say, I want all y'all to go to the source, to the lamb, not to the horse's mouth, but to the lamb's mouth. And again, I'm putting part 1 and part 2 of this historic interview of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad with Buzz Anderson. I think it was 1967. I think this was the 1967, this interview. This is before you was born, I was born. You know what I'm saying? So that's just actual receipts, and you can hear the wisdom, you can hear the ancient divine secret revelation of God that he gave to Elijah Muhammad that, brother Clarence 13X ain't came nowhere close. Like, why would you hold on to 1934 pieces of paper, just a few pieces of paper that's never going to change? They never going to evolve. They never going to explain themselves. They never going to do no work. It's 1934 pieces of paper. But the man that answered them and the man that taught him, they have been evolving and growing and demonstrating and performing miracles every day since then in your face, but you want to ignore them. So time is up for that. We don't have to talk about it no more, but time is up. Everybody has to be warned, including 5%ers, including F.O.I, MGT, NOI, Hebrew Israelite, Moor, atheist, agnostic, Jehovah's Witness. Everybody has to be warned. That's all this is a warning. I'm at 3 hours. Only man left. I'm at 3 hours, but you got the last word.
All right, my fault, G. My battery died. I don't even know where we left off at. What was you saying, God? Talking about Clarence?
I cannot repeat. I'm not going to repeat none of that. I'm just giving you the last word so you don't think that I'm silencing your voice or whatever. You got the last word. After you finish speaking, I'm gonna get off. Get off of here.
All right, I'm gonna say this real simple. Let Clarence X13, Father of Allah, rest in peace. Let's stop bringing him up from the dead, hawking on him, and pinpointing his flaws and highlighting his flaws and mistakes. He left behind a body of gods that do good for the black community, bring a lot of people to knowledge of self, and teach a lot of people that the black man is God and don't believe in no mystery God. And a lot of them come to the Nation of Islam. And I don't have no problem with that. I have no gripe with that. And none of us should. Because at the end of the day, they're not the devils. They're not evil, the Nation of Gods. Clarence is not evil. He's not wicked. He had good intention, and then we should leave it at that. He left a body of work behind. We got a lot of people that came up that we love, like Rakim, like I said before, Wu-Tang, Brand Nubian, Busta Rhymes, so on and so forth. That was all influenced by the Nation of Gods and Earths, directly and indirectly from the Nation of Islam. So let's give praise to the gods and be brothers again with the Nation of Gods and Earths, and not be at odds with them and cause division, because that's not going to get us nowhere as a people. And I'm gonna leave that right there. And I appreciate you, God, for allowing me to be on your platform. Inshallah, I'll be back on here another time where we could build further, maybe on something different. But I just can't stomach the disdain and and sorry.
Can you hear me? Your voice, your phone went out. I can't hear you. All right, well, peace and blessings. Your phone went out, bro. So, Madon, you got the last word.
No doubt, man. I'm gonna just say peace and blessings, man. Always a good build, and let's continue to contend for the truth, man, and set the record straight.
Right, and for the record, if I'm on live and there's a cadre or there's a group or a growing movement of people that love Malcolm X and believe in Malcolm X as the leader or the best, whatever, and they get on a platform and they use their influence to speak pro Malcolm X against Elijah Muhammad or against Minister Farrakhan or against the nation or whatever, then if I choose to respond, then that's my prerogative. And most likely, depending on what type of influence, if you got a big enough audience, I am going to respond. If you're a big enough influencer, I am going to respond. So I don't care about how nobody feel about it. I hear what you said. We should let such and such alone. Okay, well, if they let Elijah and Farrakhan and them lessons alone or whatever, in the way that they view us and speak on us, then I'll let them alone. But Muslims don't start the fights, we finish them. I'm a Muslim. This whole thing didn't come from me starting nothing, but when you get accused of being the one that starts something, that just lets you know that let me know that I need to go even harder, because it's not dead. You know what I'm saying? The fact that I respond and you jump on me for responding to some of that, then that means it needs to keep on getting dealt with. So I intend to keep dealing with it as long as it needs to be dealt with. the way that I deal with it. So if you don't like it, let's do the challenge. Let's do the God challenge, the hashtag God curse of God challenge. And if not, then just go somewhere else. Don't worry about what I'm doing. All right. We are fighting for Islam, and we shall surely win with our Savior Allah, Master Father Muhammad, the universal King. So this is war. This is what I fight for. This is what I do. I'm honored to do it. I don't care how nobody feel about it. So on that note, peace and blessing to those who peace and blessing is due. All right.
Salute.
Peace.
Peace.